What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is Agree to Disagree. Eagles, Cowboys week is upon us. We're here, baby. We're going to break it all down. Giddy up.
Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Agree to Disagree, only on A2D Radio. Every Sunday, we are brought to you by our doc, Make Them Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. As always, that's Greg Milwakovic, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there, welcome in. Welcome in. It's here, baby. Crumb of the week, we'll do it at the end of the show. Phillies win 3 out of 4 against the Braves, but we'll break down a little bit what happened tonight. And later on in the show, we'll give you – it's Dallas week. So we're going to give you our score predictions, our players of the game like we do during Eagles season. We'll break down some of the rest of the NFL for you. Whatever you want, we got for you as well. But let's get right into the poll question. The Eagles will start their title defense with a win over the Cowboys on Thursday night. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, that's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Hit the like, subscribe, follow. Most importantly, join the conversation tonight. Yeah, I agree. I mean, for obviously more reasons than one, I'd probably maybe like lean towards not knowing, having a real feel for the game. You know, maybe if none of the Parsons stuff happened and he wasn't traded, 5 days before the start of the season, right? And you can make a case that could be good for them. Maybe I don't know how you make that case. So I look at that. I look when you move on from your best defensive player, arguably maybe your best player on your football team. You definitely don't get better that quickly. And I don't know if that's rally around the backup goalie effect. I don't know. But we're a better football team now. Opening games, like we just were talking about in college football, opening weeks can be tricky too. Right, teams can come out slow. A lot of factors, right? But being at home is a game you need, right? I know it's week 1 of a 17-game season, but when you're talking about winning the division, you're talking about, trying to repeat and those types of things. It's a game. Divisional games matter, right? Divisional games matter more than just we talk about it all the time than just it's an NFC game or you open up, last year's NFC game against Green Bay. Okay, it matters, but it doesn't matter. It's not a divisional game, right? It doesn't matter to that effect, okay? Or you open up against Kansas City, it's an AFC game. Okay, it doesn't really matter, right? You don't want to lose, but it doesn't really have the same bearing if you're fighting for a division title, later on in the year. So this is an important game from that aspect of it being a divisional game. It's the Cowboys. We know that. If you lose, it's not the end of the season, which I know, throughout the Delaware Valley, that's how that will go. But it's not the end of the year or any of that. But it's a game that you're better than them. You're better than them, and you know it. So you got to go be better than them. And it's a test, too. A younger defense now, right? Still the key pieces there. But it'll be a test for these guys against an offense that has no trouble scoring points and really hasn't had much trouble scoring points when we play them. Now, usually down in Dallas. But Dak also hasn't been healthy against us here, I feel like, in 20 years either.
Been a while.
Yeah, so I look at them and they're dangerous. They're an explosive offense. They can do some things. We know about their wide receivers. They got a good quarterback, right? And they're going to be ready to go too. We're going to get everybody's best shot, obviously.
Yeah,
and
we're the hunted.
Yeah, we're the hunted, and I like being hunted because it feels good to say we're the hunted. But that being said, we got to come out and we got to take care of business. But we're better. We're better across the board. I think we know this. We feel that. But listen, it's the start of a brand new season, so anything can happen. But I agree to the poll because I believe we're a better football team than them. But they're dangerous. They're dangerous. It's a dangerous spot when you're hanging banners, right? It can go one of two ways. The hanging a banner, right? It can go one of two ways. It can be a great night all around. You hung the banner and you beat your rivals, or it's hang the banner, woo, and you come out and you don't play your best football and you lose to your division rivals or one of them. All right, so. But I agree. We're better. We're better. I still don't have a feel for this game yet, right? Because I'm just not there. It's weird that it's here. It's weird that it's on a Thursday again.
I mean, maybe
Friday. I just don't have a feel. I don't know. I mean, I'm getting there. I'll probably have a better feel by like Wednesday night, obviously. But right now, like I don't know. We're better, but it's week one. I don't know what Dallas is this year. I knew what they were without their quarterback last year.
I think they're the same team they've been for 30 years, right? So that's the only reason why it's a go to sleep and that's it. Just go to sleep, wake up, have a good time on Thursday. You know what I mean? Like I know what you're saying. They've been irrelevant for 30 years, right? So as long as that guy's still pulling the buttons, right? You gotta love that they're in your division. I mean, they're a fucking joke, dude. So it's at home. Eagles are just a way better organization, way better team. And I mean, put the women and children to bed is a fucking jog. It's a jog, right? And it's the NFL, so we know it's the only show in town. It's Thursday. Maybe it's a good game. I doubt it. I think the Eagles win by 24 at least. Right? Pound them.
Love every second of that.
Yeah. Love where you're coming from.
Yeah, big
sorry. I apologize, guy, for week one. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I'm over here being conservative. I just don't know what your identity.
Listen, everything
you know what our identity is.
I just think the Redskins are the closest thing to you. Right? There's not nothing that's going to touch you. Now, on any given Thursday, any given Sunday, of course. Right? It's the NFL, but not in week one with those morons coming to town. It's going to be a punch him in the mouth face. I mean, Dickerson, the guy gets surgery like 3 weeks ago. He's giving out Miller Lights and he's fucking practicing. I mean, that's what that city embodies. All right. So, people hate the fans and stuff like that, but the players, right? For the most part, the guys that, succeed in this city, in the 4 or 5, 4 majors are tough as nails, or guys that are blue collar. Grab the lunchbox. All right. Those guys over there are sitting out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad he got traded. All right. I mean, these guys, hold ins. I love it. I love it. This generation, hold ins. All right. If I was a team, I'd say, get the fuck out of here. Right, excuse my language. Any kids are listening. A hold in, get the fuck out of here. Go back home on your couch. Right, you want to have a holdout? Have a holdout. Don't have a hold in. Right, because when I'm running gassers and I see your dumb ass standing up over there, we're fighting. And that's just a PSA for the rest of the NFL and sports. Thank you very much. Right.
Never heard of that.
I agree though. With sweeps, like I agree with you too, Tommy. Though, like, I'm not sure of the feel of this game first week, all that, but because it's Dallas and they're hanging the banner, we're going to be juiced up. Like, there's no way we're not going to be juiced up for this game. And I agree with Sweeps. We're just a better team. I'm sure they'll probably throw the ball on us a little bit, but I think we're the better team. I think we should run it well on them, and I'm expecting a win for sure. Touchdown! Let's fucking go, Notre Dame. Sorry,
calm down. All right.
Sorry. All right. I need this win, Tom. I'm sorry. I haven't been gambling well.
Nothing new. This has been a yearly. This is yearly. Yeah, we know.
Sometimes I'm hot. Not right now. Should have saw me in the Atlantic City. I was maybe worse.
I
also the third straight day. I'm like, I can't lose 3 straight days. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
That's how that city stays lit up because no one else is really there. I agree to the poll. This is obviously the easiest poll to start a show, usually, that we usually do. While we might not have a feel of some of us, though, I think where we excel is where the Cowboys, at a minimum, don't do very well. Right? Their offensive line is going to be new this year. Our defensive line right now is better than theirs. Right? We might have some question marks of the exactly who's on the outside and how they're going to produce, but we're better than them. No Tyron Smith no more. No Lyle Collins anymore. And
the other dude retired, right?
New center as well, or a new guard.
Zach Martin retired.
Zach Martin, guard. So they're going to have a new offensive line. They don't really have a running game right now. There's no true back there. While we might have some question marks on our side, we're going to match up very well with our strengths to their weaknesses. So I'm absolutely going to agree.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, I agree that we win this football game. My point was more, I thought Dallas was a competitive team without their quarterback the entire year last year. Right. And what I mean by that is they were just in stuff. They had no right being in.
Mhm.
And that's because I think, like, obviously, with CD offensively, he's just such a weapon, right?
Yeah.
He's just such a weapon, and Pickens is a crumb,
Pickens, yeah.
but
he can play though, yeah.
but he can play, right? So I
Yeah.
look at that and say maybe it's a closer game than the rosters dictate.
I do think
because it's
Ferguson's
week
pretty
one.
good too. Like I think Ferguson's pretty good tight end, but they're running.
But like
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on in their backfield.
But like I opened with, they traded their best player, right?
Mhm.
Like when
Yeah,
you trade your
that's-
best
that's a
player,
kind
that
of-
does,
Yeah.
that's not it
And-
doesn't shape up well
And
for
you made a
week
good
one.
point too. You made a good point because down the line it could end up being not a bad move by them because it's $50 million for a D lineman. I mean that's crazy.
It's a lot of money, yeah.
And they get 2 first-round picks. Kenny Clark kind of older, but still a solid player. Like maybe if the 2 first-round picks turn out to be good players, maybe a good move down the line. But right now, it definitely doesn't make them better.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely makes them worse currently.
No, of course.
And they could get
he
better,
wasn't going
like-
to play. And he was, even if they didn't pull the trigger, he wasn't going to play in this game anyway. All right, even if they got something done because
Oh yeah, well they said remember he
you
said
know,
his
the
back-
same
his
about
back-
you
he
get
said
the
his back
soft
was hurt.
tissue, the soft tissue injuries that I don't even. Is that I guess if you look it up in the Webster's dictionary, it exists. I wish our doc was on so I could ask him about it. You get the soft tissue injuries. Are you not doing anything? Are you sitting on the couch? Or like me? What do you mean you're not doing anything?
I don't
understand
exactly
the
what
soft-
that is, Sweeps.
I don't understand that. I don't understand the soft tissue issue.
Because
So
as soon as he went to
that was-
Green
he wasn't
Bay,
gonna
he
play
was
anyway.
I'm able to practice. So
yeah, he wasn't going to
What
play.
was it?
He wasn't going to play anyway. So they pulled the trigger. They were going to be without him anyway. Even if he does play, this is a potent Eagles offense. So to your guys' point, nobody's disrespecting them on offense, right? They're just not any good on defense. Right? They got some injuries, and the Eagles is, the Eagles are going to put up. You should put up 40, right? So if they score 22, then tip your cap to them, right? That means that's what they did. They did their job offensively, right? Dak will get one late in garbage time, right? And think he's, and think he closed the gap. There's another guy that, thinks doesn't have a mirror, thinks the gap is closed. We're closing the gap on the Eagles. The gap's not even, there is, you can't even see the gap, right? It's, you haven't been relevant in 30 years. There's no gap to close. You understand? You're going in opposite directions. And one guy's got billions and billions of dollars in oil money, right? And he's going the other way.
But we got a documentary.
Yeah, they got Netflix money, of course.
I heard it's pretty good.
What's
Actually,
even cooler,
That
yeah,
is.
I'm sure it is. What's even cooler than Netflix money is, winning Super Bowls and winning 11, 12 games every year, which this organization has done for a long time since you guys were kids, all right? So they might have not, hoisted it 10 times, all right? But they're good for 12 wins a year. So
Yeah, definitely what Jeffrey Lloyd called the gold standard. He did that through his years.
Yeah, he followed through with it for sure.
He absolutely did. Yeah, like you said, their defense isn't any good. I expect this offense to come out, guns blazing, but it's also week 1 too, right? They come out slow. We didn't last year, though we played well offensively last year.
yeah.
So
we did.
I would expect a lot of the same.
We
Knowing
didn't
that,
play great defensively that first week.
Nope.
I feel like.
and I could see a little bit of that. That's where I could see
Yeah,
it being.
I agree.
wouldn't
They
say-
might throw the ball on us a little bit. I would say.
Yeah, I could see it week 1 where our defense just isn't in, let's say, mid-season form like we were week 6,
Yeah, well,
7
it's
last year.
like the
right?
end of the year last year. We're not going to be in that form.
No, and most defenses aren't right
No,
right away.
No,
Right
of
away,
course
and
not.
you got some young guys that are getting bigger roles, and we got to wait and see. So it's a good test for them week 1 against an offense that can move it on you, and obviously score some points. But again, everything's on paper. But I just don't know how. I said this the other day. We're the best team in the NFL right now. Right now, injuries can derail that, and other things can derail that. But on paper, I don't do my score predictions and everything else not from paper. Right? You're doing it. You're doing your predictions for the whole year. Like the funny thing is, I always tell you guys, I don't care about before the season starts, where games are played or who we're playing or any of that when you're giving like your numbers. Right? Well, up until today, I thought this game was in Dallas. So just tell you,
I mean, I would call you a moron, but I won't because
no, I just didn't never looked, never cared to look. Just knew we.
Isn't it always who won the Super Bowl? Isn't that how they do it?
Yeah.
I don't know. All everybody did was bitch and moan all offseason that we got screwed with our schedule. So I just want to say.
I just think I think everyone said that because we don't have back-to-back home games. Yeah, which is very strange. I
I heard this all year. So again, that's where I was like, okay, maybe we're away week 1. I just never looked. Like I haven't went and checked ESPN out the game to see what the line is. Yeah, I haven't done anything. I have not looked at the Eagles schedule one time. Not going to any games. You know what I mean? I'll look after week 1. Then I care. I don't care who we're playing.
Well, it shouldn't matter. We take care of business, honestly.
Yeah, you're either who you think you are, or you're not who you think you are.
Like if you're looking at this from the outside, or like from the Dallas perspective, like how does Dallas win this game? The way that they would win this game is if we're sloppy, we turn the ball over, we commit penalties. If we play sound football, we should beat this team. That's just the way it is, in my opinion. That's the way we could lose is if we turn the ball over, commit penalties, and we're sloppy. That's how we lose to them.
Yeah, no, and they finish the year. And listen, it's a new year, but you still have the same coordinator. You still got a lot of the same pieces, right? But the end of the year, right, as the best red zone defense in the league. Right, so you expect it. You expect that trend to continue, even though I know it's week 1, and we'll see what happens. Right, so the Cowboys are gonna, they're gonna get the garbage yards that they always do, because that's what's sexy. That's what makes it look good. Right? That's how you get all this money. They always have a lot of total yards. Right, so will they turn it over, and will the Eagles hold them to field goals? And I believe yes to both of those questions. Right, they'll get about 2 turnovers. Dax, they're good for about 2 turnovers, and it'll be a Brandon Aubrey game. Aubrey might have 4 field goals, and 2 of them being like 56 yarders. Oh, by the way, 2 bombs on cork.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, I mean that's on brand for against us. Guys just don't miss field goals against us. Could be from 66,
72.
Yeah, the other thing too,
Tom, we've been saying that for years. Sorry, Craig.
Yeah.
No, you're good. And to build off that though, Wills, too, the other side of it, a way that they can beat us and the way that we can make this game more interesting for ourselves is if we get too bought up in the pregame stuff, right? If we buy too much into the banner raising and stuff like that. But you look at our quarterback and you look at the mentality that they've had all off season, and you don't really feel that that's going to be an issue, right? Because the way our quarterback runs the show, the way our offense seems to just continue to march, to the beat of their own drum, and just know that what the goal at hand is, and that's be 1-0 at the end of the week, right? So, yeah, trying to find ways that this game becomes interesting and this game stays close. I still think it favors us in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think you would be hard pressed to find, and I'm sure there has been, all right. But in at least the last 3 years, you'd be hard pressed to find. The Eagles might be one of the only teams in the league that really don't fall into those trap games. Right, every team seems to have. Oh, that's a trap game. Looking ahead, whatever. I don't feel like the Eagles. I'm not saying. I don't have a crystal ball. Not going through every game. Right, so I'm sure there's times when they didn't play well. But you're talking about the last 3 years. If it is, it's only one or two. It's only one or it's only one or two where you can
only
say,
in Tampa. Only in Tampa sweeps. That's the only place. But
one or 2 times that you can say, hey, this team didn't show up. This team didn't look like they were prepared. This team didn't look like they wanted to be here. I don't know how many times you could say that in the last 3 years. So I mean that's that's how you have the gold standard as an organization, and you show up week in and week out. You know what I mean?
Well, you had 8 weeks.
You get beat.
You had 8 weeks of it, or whatever it was, 2 years ago, where they started out scorching, or 6 weeks of it, and then they couldn't.
Yeah, the collapse 3 years ago, whatever.
The collapse 2 years ago, but then they responded, obviously, to that collapse with like this. But that wasn't that wasn't looking ahead. That wasn't trap games. That was just
they weren't good enough.
Yeah, we just weren't. Yep.
I think anybody that listened to our show thought it was a 9-1. They were doing it with mirrors. They were 9-1, but you weren't scared of them. So you didn't expect.
Yeah,
them
we just
to-
kept getting
you
wins
didn't-
at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we said. Like, hey, credit to them. They're just finding a way to win games. That's what
And
you're
then
doing.
at the end of the season,
You
we
know?
couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah, so you just couldn't. And then it all came. It all came to fruition. So yeah, that was that was a gross.
Yeah, I remember going to that playoff game against the Bucks. People thought we were going to win. I was like, they're going to kill us.
Yeah.
We can't stop anything.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do in terms of like if they still run the ball at the clip they did. I mean, this team was essentially undefeated, or they were undefeated. When they kept those attempts 25 or under.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see if they're going to come out and if they're going to try to throw the ball more, or
I'd
gonna,
love
Well, I
to see
mean,
us
that's
just
the one
run
thing.
churn the football, Tommy.
To use, I mean,
Run.
So that's obviously a good point you brought up. So I think if you to your point right there, that's how you can lose this football game. Then, all right. So let's reel it back to me screaming into the camera and telling you they're going to win by 24. That's how you can lose this football game if you get away from who you are. And I don't care if it's week 1 or not. This team runs the football. All right, and that's so you better not try to get cute and throw it 50 times. All right, do what you're supposed to do. That's your identity. All right, so it doesn't mean it's not going to open up, play action or somebody downfield. Of course, you got stud wide receivers that are slightly banged up. You know what I mean? So they're not at their 100% right now.
Yeah, do what you do.
Yep.
Right, do what you do great, and that's run the football. Doesn't mean you can't throw the ball at all, but run the football.
Mm-hmm.
Do what got you. And if that's, if you don't want Saquon getting 25 touches, I get it. But, that's where you get a guy like Shipley more carries in a game, or, you know what I mean? You get creative there, but you got to run the football.
Yeah, run the ball. Absolutely.
Because that's what got,
run the ball, control the clock, use play action, run the push.
Yeah, week 1 last year, that's what we did. Right. Week 1 last year.
It just shows your dominance. So not only is it your identity and what they do well, but it just got to demoralize the other team. You know what I mean? When you just take them apart and you dominate them up front, and you push them where you want, and you take them where you want to. Right? I'm going to take you here and put you right there. All right? How you doing? There's a giant hole for Saquon. All right? I'm going to put you here. I'm going to put you down. And they just move guys. They're just the road graders. All right? So that's who you are. Don't get cute. And obviously, you got to, keep it balanced. I don't want to say, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be exact, you know what I mean? But I mean, use it, throw the ball when you need to, right? Let the run open up the pass.
Absolutely.
Said the other way around. Don, what's up, buddy?
Donnie's back.
It's kind of weird that we're playing on Thursday, but obviously it's awesome because it means we won the Super Bowl. But I don't love it because I'll be at work. But it feels good though. Like feels like we're there. College football's been on this weekend.
Oh,
we're there. We're getting there.
I feel like you got
real good. Feeling real good.
I think you got a cough coming up on Wednesday night, buddy. That's what you got.
I would love one.
Kenny would love one.
I would love a cough.
You're a wily veteran right there, buddy. That's gonna be some other jackwagon, right? Taking your taking your truck that night. Big fella needs off.
Well, it has been. I mean, Thursdays are like not that heavy usually. I might be able to be like, listen, give me 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. I need to be.
Give you 8:15.
8:10. Can't believe he just buried that field goal. Fucking unreal.
Yeah, clean too.
College kickers, sons of bitches.
All right, guys, give me your score predictions.
27-13. No. 24-13. And I think it really is probably 27 is like a better score, but 24-13, I hit a block pool.
Oh, we haven't released our numbers yet for the one that
I have
we were on.
4-3. I texted him. I said, thanks so much for those numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you. 4-3.
On Hard Rock, it's 7.5, 47.5.
34-17 Birds.
7.5, 47.5, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
47.5 is decently high. I thought it might be higher.
31-17.
28-17.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'll go 28-14.
We're all sitting. Double them up.
28-14. Hello. Thanks for stopping in.
Welcome in. Welcome to the new season.
That's what it should be. I mean,
Or
it's what it should be.
34-13 would be great too. I'm down with that.
See, if I think they get to 34, I think it's 34-21 then.
Maybe.
It will be
Right.
interesting to see, again, going back to a little bit of what we're going to see. It did seem like they announced Sidney Brown and Adoree Jackson are starting. They were seen with the starters, with the rest of the starters doing drills today for whatever that means. But it'll be interesting to see if, Tommy, like we talked about on Wednesday, if Q follows CeeDee Lamb, right? In the past, because we've had, Slay there and we just stayed on our side of the field, right? It didn't matter who. Slay didn't travel with everybody, right? It was, whenever you were matched up. We'll see if Q travels with CD. And then if he does, what does Adoree Jackson and then, Coop or whoever picks up Pickens there as the opposite there? Because that could be an interesting chess match back and forth between the two groups.
Sure. Everybody's got different schemes, so I'm not, Vic's been doing this a long time, been very successful. But to me, if you want T-shirts and you want nicknames and stuff, you travel. You go anywhere CD goes, you go. Right? You want to be Guantanamo and you want to be on T-shirts or whatever. You guys, it's all great nicknames. It's awesome, right? You got to travel, right? You don't say on one side and I just play this side. You know what I mean? Like, and then just wear half a shirt that says half Guantanamo Bay. You know what I mean?
That's
like, you got to follow. You got to follow.
I said Wednesday. He's got to follow, doesn't he?
That's a follow job. Right?
I feel like he's not going to, but I agree. I fully agree. Just judging
that's
from the
receiver
history
all the
of how
time.
we play defense, I feel like he's probably not going to.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I said.
Don't even get a snap off.
I said that if he's going to run around with the nicknames and all that, and we're going to be, prison lockdown here, then
twins.
Then,
huh?
Yeah, I said it was hysterical. I said it Wednesday, and you gotta follow, don't you? Like I don't know. Like I mean, say NFL guys don't follow enough. I don't know. Now you're not gonna follow him into the slides where you got Coop at, so you don't need to follow him there. But one side or the other, you think you would.
Yeah. It was always weird. It was always weird, even when we had Slay and Bradbury and Slay and Rogers and Slay and whoever, that we didn't travel, right? It was even weird with Slay because when we got him, he was still, and he even last year, we still stayed at that upper echelon tier of cornerback. Do you think he would travel? But it was always been our defense that they didn't necessarily do. And maybe, now that he's not a rookie, maybe Vic opens that up a little bit more, and he does travel this year. Because I agree, we need him to.
And we all
need him to.
Every time I see Carson Beck, I think of Sloth from the Goonies.
Tough to look at.
Ugly motherfucker.
He is an ugly MFer. How he pulled one of the Cavender twins, even for a little bit, is insane to me.
Starting quarterback at Georgia. That's how that happened.
It's true. True.
And he was supposed to be a high pick in the draft at that time.
That's one ugly motherfucker.
He is, man. That dude. Doesn't help that he just took money out of my pocket, but he's not a looker. Anyway, bastards.
What's Mario's? Get a little animated here. What's up, Mario?
Yes, Shady Westbrook, Montgomery. I would think that they should be. I mean, another year in the system, everyone's better. I think. I mean, AJ's so good that I struggle to say this, but I really think that Devontae is going to have a very good year. I think like a good 1,200-yard year for Devontae, maybe 13. Looking for a big year from Devonta.
I mean,
Yeah.
he should.
I mean, he definitely should, right? Yeah.
I mean, my guess is, I mean, AJ the specimen, but he's also been known to miss,
Some time,
get banged.
yeah.
Yeah, he's also been known to get banged up a little bit. So I could easily see that. I mean, that's the only saving grace on having a guy like Devontae is like you got, if he does go down, you have a true number one still. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough if you're not throwing it 35 times a game.
Yeah, it's really tough. Yeah.
Yeah. So
because I also like if we're throwing it that much, they both have huge yards. It probably means that we're losing games because we're behind and throwing. I don't want that to be the case. So.
Will Dak be able to expose the Eagles' second cornerback? I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
I expect that Dak's going to throw the ball decent, but I still think that we should be able to get after him pretty well. I'm looking forward to see our D line, because we were talking about, they got a lot of moving pieces, new pieces up front for them. See how it all goes together. I think our D line should have a really good chance to disrupt the play on Thursday.
Yeah, I also wonder what exposing our cornerback to means, right? Like Tommy, like we talked about, I think the entire group back there is better than just one particular person, right? Like when you factor in Q, you factor in Cooper, Reed, those three alone help make up for the perceived lack of, excitement per se over whoever your cornerback two is, right? And then obviously you throw Sidney in there too. Sidney's been around. We don't know what he's going to look like, right? But he's been around. It's not like he's a rookie. So I think the sum of everything in that secondary is going to help make up for, like I said, any lack of excitement around the QB2 or the CB2, right?
I think Sweep said it the best. My bad, Tommy.
Oh, go ahead.
I think Sweep said it the best earlier when, I'm sure Dak's probably going to get his yards thrown between the 20s, but if we hold them out of the end zone, then it's fine. You know what I mean? Like if he could have 300 yards, if we hold him to field goals, it doesn't matter. That's going to be the big thing. Can we keep him out of the end zone? If he doesn't throw touchdown passes, he can have all the yards he wants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that I'm not really worried about Adoree Jackson as much as everybody else is. That's all. I think he's been a pro for a while. Not saying he wasn't a mutt in New York. A lot of guys go there and become a mutt, on a 1-year deal. It's on a prove it now. If you want to still be in the league anymore, type conversation. Usually get your best out of a guy in that situation. So, we'll see. But when you surround a guy with guys that are, what we think they are, which are, Pro Bowl, all pro caliber corners and safeties back there. Guys gotten paid through that. Byron Maxwell got paid by being around the Legion of Boom. Guys get paid by being around guys that, in the backfield that are better than them.
Absolutely. And if your front's getting to the quarterback, I mean, it's a lot easier to play corner.
Oh, it is. And, that's the question mark with the ends, when these guys stepping into the bigger spots, right? Nolan Smith, not as much, but Jalen Hunt, you're both stepping in the bigger roles now this year. So, eyeballs will be on you week one in terms of pressure, because that's something we, obviously did at a high level, 2 out of the last 3 years.
Yeah. And you're replacing at least the Eagles Hall of Famer, right? An Eagles all-time great, and Graham, you're facing a fairly productive other edge rusher and in Sweat, and the guy who elevated his game into playoffs last year, Milton Williams. And I think all those guys, especially the young ones, I think all of them are ready for that. They've shown those abilities to be highly impactful players. When you look at Hunt, Smith, and Ojomo, I think those that are still question marks are those 2 signings that we did in the offseason that were super low risk and hopefully, in our case, high reward when you talk about Josh Uche and Ojulari. And you hope the Ojulari, you put him back in with those Georgia guys, being a Georgia guy, that familiarity with those guys up on that defensive line, unlocks something that allows him to exceed this contract, this risk we took on him.
Yeah, you get guys away from the Giants.
Yeah.
Like sometimes just getting guys away from the Giants can help their career. Right? We're not talking about what the Jackson Dart Giants in 2 years from now. We're talking about the ones over the last 5 years. Sometimes you get guys away from those spots. It can help them maybe a little bit. I'm not saying both guys, but maybe one of the two. There's a different environment. Winning culture. I thought it was funny that I just thought it was funny that like everybody was not knowing who was going to start a corner, and they thought they were running out and signing these guys to come in week 1 and start a corner, like it was some big thing. Like you knew they were starting in either Ringo or it was a Dory guys. They go get the guy from the Raiders. He ain't coming in to start right away, even if he was healthy. So you knew they were going to go with a veteran right now and give him a chance until we can't. Yeah, it's not last year's defense, but if it's healthy, it could be last year's defense. That's the whole point, though, Shady. It's not as deep, right? It might not be as deep.
Well, it's younger.
But
a little younger.
A little younger, but it has the ability to be a lot like it. If they're all in the field together, it's easily the best defense in the NFC. If they're all in the field. Now, guys get banged up. Then all bets are off.
And you can make the point. You can make the argument or point or whatever that this team, this defense, because it's so young, has a higher upside. Has a higher upside of production, of taking the ball away, of things that we look for in our defense. Right? When our defense isn't going well, they're not taking the football away. We saw that all throughout the playoffs, especially the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and it might take the first couple of weeks to gel a little bit and
sure,
and get everybody in the right roles and getting on the same page with each other. But when it's all said and done, if they're not already, an elite defense, they will be. All right, because the pieces are there. All right, so as far as the NFC, like you said, probably you got the Lions are. Pretty good defense, and now the Packers, obviously. You add Micah, they instantly got to be there. It doesn't mean that they're,
their corners are healthy for now.
Doesn't mean they're, ranked above the Eagles. I'm just saying, you add Mike, you're in the conversation.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Adding him definitely don't hurt.
It might make their. I still question their offense. It might make their defense better for sure, but I still question their offense.
Oh, I didn't say they were better than the Eagles. I said their defense could be better than the defense. Yeah, you gotta go.
I assume that they're gonna give the ball to Jacobs a ton. It's just all about how's what's called gonna play. How's Love gonna play? Right, Greg? That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, and all their receivers to me seem like to be the same type. Right? They don't have.
I kind of like the Golden kid, but he's sturdy.
That's what I'm saying. They went out. No, I agree with you. It's just like you're going to build your thing around. Again, we're talking about another franchise. So who really gives a shit? But if we're just talking football, it's a couple guys that are just chopping it up and having a beer and talking football. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's asinine if you have a air quote franchise quarterback and you don't surround them with anybody. You know what I mean? Like we're not talking about Tom Brady. Like when Tom Brady could, he could have had anybody. You know what I mean? He made guys career. This is Jordan Love we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to go get Micah Parsons, how do you not get this guy a stud wide receiver? You know what I mean? That's just an outsider looking in. You know.
I do think that Golden could be good, but I agree with
this
Greg.
year the first year they drafted a wide receiver in their first round, like ever.
Yes.
Yeah, right? Long time for sure.
For at least a long time. Yeah.
It's insane because I remember the fans were going nuts.
Before Rodgers.
It was like they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. They didn't even give Rodgers any help, really.
No,
I think the highest ever taken before Rodgers was Devontae Adams, who I think was the third, maybe a second, but they never took a first-round pick.
Yep.
For receiver ever or tight end, I think.
We're back, Dominic. Let's go.
Back. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I mean, Umberto, I see that too. Like I not buying their hype because they could easily be third team in that division. Yep, or they could easily be the first.
Sure.
Right? Like, I mean, that whole division is a crapshoot coming into it because they're all
Yeah.
there are some good teams. Or
Their
should
quarters
be.
have a history of being hurt a lot as well. Both Green Bay's guys.
Yeah, I mean, like
Pretty
I said,
good when
I'm
healthy,
not,
but
I'm
hurt
not
a
on,
lot.
I'm not on social media, so I don't know. I guess maybe they're, So as far as what he's saying, like maybe just the hype, I didn't hear any hype. I mean, maybe after the trade, there's buzzing going around. You bring in an all-star caliber player, you should be excited on that side of the ball. As we alluded to earlier.
I mean, if you're the Packers fans right now, you got to be ecstatic with the move, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't care about the 2 first-round picks, whatever. You get one of the best players, one of the best defensive players in football. Yeah.
It's cause for optimism, of course. So, but who knows?
I'm just excited. I'm just ready for football, really. I think it's going to be a great game Thursday. I expect us to win. I expect us to win handily.
Yeah, this weekend with the college coming back, kind of really got me finally into like football mode, right? You know what I mean? We sit here, we're all, baseball junkies, so we don't want to get rid of baseball season. But I think having some of those games, especially starting Thursday and rolling into tonight and tomorrow has got me, really fired up for the Eagles and then you add Dallas week and it's just even better.
And you take out the being a degenerate part out of it. You know what I mean? Like for me, when Hard Knocks starts, that's when I start to get goofy. You know what I mean? And like even if it's a team you hate, like to me, it's one of the greatest shows.
I kind of think Hard Knocks is weak this year, but I do love the show.
Yeah,
normally. But I agree.
I guess because I'm such an Allen. I've liked, I liked every season, but I know what you're saying. But I'm such an Allen guy. I mean, I
love Josh Allen. Yeah. I think honestly, it might be their year. I mean, I would not be shocked. Eagles Bills Super Bowl.
It's a pretty popular one.
Going back again.
It's a pretty popular one.
Are the Chiefs going back again? No way. I mean, they could, but I feel like it's going to be some new blood in the AFC. I feel like, and
especially when you factor in losing Rasheed Rice for 6 games too.
At least it's the first 6 for them. That's good.
True.
Because at first they were saying it wasn't going to be the first 6.
Yeah, he was going to play through the first week or the first month, and then have his thing. I think they were going to wait for like a month, the date in court or something. Yeah, and so they just said whatever, we'll just take it, right? Yeah. So it started immediately. I guess that's better for them because then he'll miss the first 6 and then be ready to go. I mean, he is a good player. Sure is.
James, I believe it's Jihad Campbell.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100% Jihad Campbell.
I saw Trotter. I saw Trotter the other day, but I think Campbell was great. I mean, the last list I saw, they had Trotter on there, but yeah, I agree.
I expect Campbell to play well.
I'm sure there'll be time situations where it is Trotter. But I think Campbell is starting, especially being healthy. I think they probably were wondering how healthy he would be to start the year. Factoring into his slide and everything in the draft. But yeah, he should start. I mean, he's been awesome in camp and everything. Yeah, I think he's going to be a really good player. He's another one of those guys that if he's fully healthy, he's not there when we pick. You know what I mean? He would have already been drafted. So I think we lucked out. Another one of them ones where we kind of lucked out, I think, which is huge.
They on the Eagles depth chart, they have Trotter and Jihad Campbell in that spot.
A little slash. A little slash.
Now you go to you go to our lads. You go to our lads. It's Jihad Campbell. You go to ESPN, and it is Trotter. So I just
Interesting.
I think
I
they
think,
both.
they just haven't really, no,
They might
I-
want to announce
they
it.
just
Yeah.
haven't announced it. They just haven't. With a couple days left, there were still, I think 3 spots that weren't like defined as starters yet. You know what I mean? And one of them being cornerback too. Like as you spoke on. You know what I mean? It's probably going to be Jackson, but Ringo is on there as well, and and the Bennett guy. That was the Raiders guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, Mondone is backing up Braun, and right now it's Campbell and Trotter for that other spot.
Yeah.
Alberto, I don't want to sound cocky and getting over my skis, but I kind of agree. I think there's at least on paper and on, of course we're homers and we're biased, but I don't know that there's a close number 2. Obviously there is a number 2 and they're going to be there, but to me, all the other teams, there's a major flaw to them.
Well, the team that we seem to struggle with,
I think they're the closest ones.
I think Tampa's good.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if Tampa's good. Obviously, we said Green Bay. They could be good. Detroit. I'm curious to see how the D end is. What's his name?
Hutchinson.
Because he was playing really well and then got hurt last year. If Detroit's defense is healthy and solid, Detroit's dangerous. But I agree with Greg, though. I think we have a leg up on almost every one of them, I'd say.
But
like a full leg up.
Where Detroit questions is, and I know Sweeps has brought this up on previous shows, is you lose both your coordinators.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's really tough. And you look at the Rams. The Rams are another really good team, but how healthy is Stafford going to be all year? He's already starting this year.
I like their defense. They got a young, good defense.
Jared Verse is a stud.
Stafford. Like if Stafford's back's hurt, Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, how that would be the ultimate, it would be hilarious because Devontae Adams had Jimmy Garoppolo in Vegas and was like, "Get me out of here." Went to the Jets and then signed with the Rams. He could have Garoppolo again. That would be fun.
It's like the NFL doesn't want Devontae Adams to ever win anything.
Yeah. But I mean, on paper, you would say, okay, yeah, the Rams have a good team.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I question Stafford's health, and he's like 40 now, right? So,
like you said, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Like everybody starts out 0-0. You know what I mean? And that's every season, every major sport. Everybody starts out, that way, and we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But Eagles are tier 1. I think we talked about the AFC before. As we're getting a couple days away from the opener, we can put a bow on it. At least I'll put a bow on it from my perspective. You know what I mean? Eagles are in tier 1. All right, so now to Greg's point, and tier 2 is probably the Lions, and we'll see if the Niners are healthy enough to be in tier 2. The Skins, will they take a step back? What is Daniels? I don't. It was a cute story, but we'll see. You know what I mean? Like taking nothing away from him.
Yeah, sophomore slump. Yeah, all
the
that,
Rams,
all that stuff.
as you alluded to with the Rams. So there's. The Vikings are a regular season team. And Tampa,
and a rookie QB.
Yeah,
exactly. Rookie QB.
Tampa Bay's got all kinds of weapons. So how will they be on defense? So, all those teams to me fall in tier 2. So it's Eagles are in tier 1. Those teams are in tier 2, and then you go down to tier 3 and tier 4, and then go from there.
Tier 3 is like teams that maybe could be a sleeper. Like I feel like. If you're trying to ask me who I think could be I'm not sure going to the Super Bowl sleeper, but a team that maybe wasn't very good last year that I could see being a playoff team this year in the NFC, maybe Atlanta, depending how Penix plays. I mean, this sounds kind of crazy.
If they use Bijan right, and he's an absolute monster. Then of course, yeah.
maybe Carolina, which sounds crazy, but I thought Bryce played pretty well at the end of the year last year. If he keeps that going, they have a very good offensive line. Chuba ran the ball great last year.
Yeah, and they got two wide receivers in Leggett
they
and
drafted that
Ted
McMillan
McMillan.
kid, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, they could maybe take a step up, and that division. Like I like Tampa, but would it be crazy if Tampa doesn't play great? No, I wouldn't think that would be crazy.
Nope.
According
And
to Hard Rock,
and the Bears could be
Bears.
good. I'm just saying. I mean, we're not sold on Williams. Not sold on Williams, but they got pieces. And if Ben Johnson is who he is, and and again, head coach is different than being an offensive coordinator. But let's see if he can get Williams playing to what they think he was. I mean, he doesn't really move the needle for us, but they got some pieces. I mean, the Loveland's going to be a tremendous tight end. I'm not sure. I'm not saying year one, but they got some pieces. I totally expect Rome and Doozy to take the next step. If they can get him the football, if they protect Williams, I think Rome's going to be a monster. Yeah. DJ got paid and he's a pro's pro. You know what I mean? But I looked, for me, I think I see Rome having a monster year. So, and are they good enough on defense? So I would throw them in the, a possible surprise category, before I would put the Panthers, obviously. But I know what you're saying. In the AFC, you have there's probably four teams in tier one, so that's where we talk about, clear cut favorite in the NFC, which you got to go out and play the games. And, it's not one on paper. So you got to go out and play the games and you got to go take care of business and show everybody why you're in tier one, But the
honestly,
AFC,
if Jackson Dart was starting, I might put the Giants as one of those sleeper teams. I think the Giants' defensive line is going to be really tough, really, really tough. And I think Jackson Dart can play. I just don't. To me, Russell Wilson's going to be like they'll be 2 and 3, and they'll put Dart in or something. Probably, maybe they'll start Jameis a week. He'll be electric. They'll lose 35-33.
on a primetime game. According to Hard Rock Bet, to win the NFC, obviously the Eagles are the favorite at plus 350. Lions come in at second at plus 600. So there's as we've been talking about, there's a pretty good jump there. Then it goes Lions, Packers, Commanders, Niners, Rams. So Commanders, Niners are plus 900. Rams are plus 1,000, and then everything else is obviously 1,300 or more. Then it goes Bucks, Vikings, Bears, Cards, Seahawks, Falcons, Cowboys, Panthers, Giants, Saints. That's just the NFC.
Yeah, Russ Wilson.
Plus 7,500 for the Giants.
So what
honestly, wouldn't throw anything on the Saints.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
This firms up what we were talking about. I mean,
right, disgusting.
It's tier one. That's a tier one, and then there's tier. Then everybody else is fighting for second. So again, you have to go out and play the games and take care of business. But it's they didn't. Eagles didn't just aren't just happy to get their rings and drop banners. You know what I mean? They got better too, and they have the same pieces and. They got the same, a lot of the same pieces, obviously, that they've been winning with for years. And then they got, made some other had to fill in some key losses. I mean, that's, obviously, we know Brandon Graham was getting old, but, we always talk about leadership and a big locker room guy. And there's still a great locker room. So it's not like, same thing when they lost Kelsey. Everybody was a little worried about Kelsey. Kelsey was the linchpin, the captain of that offensive line, but they didn't miss a beat without him. You know what I mean? He's doing a great job on his podcast. And love the guy, showing up places, chugging beers, living the best life. You know what I mean? But the Eagles didn't miss him. They missed the player of who he was. Probably seeing him every day and keeping everything lighthearted and all that good stuff. So when I say that, I don't mean like they didn't miss him. They didn't miss a beat on the field without him.
True.
I mean,
which is
very possible. They could easily have the leading rusher in a single season. Had he played.
Which is incredible.
Which we all know was the right decision. But I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Imagine losing a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I know.
And being just as good, maybe even better. And, I mean, that's fucking hard to do.
It is. It's insane, bro.
It just shows you how great Stoutland is. It shows you how great they've been drafting. Like they're just a step ahead, man. And it's crazy. I don't say that because I'm an Eagles fan. I'm saying it because that's just been that's in front of our face. Like this dude's been a step ahead. Ever since Justin Jefferson, this has been a step ahead.
When there's times
Justin Jefferson changed, like Justin Jefferson, that how like Jalen's talked about, going in 2022 when it changed his life. You know what I mean? Losing in 2022 Super Bowl, or it changed his life up until he won a Super Bowl, I guess. But same thing can be said about Howie Roseman. I mean, missing that has to keep you up at night, right? And then to be able to like respond and just go hit the shit out of it from that point out. Yep. Like from that point on, that dude hit the shit out of drafts. Like from first on, like he's just hitting. It's just unbelievable. It's like, you can't make it up. I've never seen it. I've never seen a guy go through so many waves as a guy. Like, Brian Cashman's been there forever in New York, but it's different, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just different. Like, this guy is just going through waves,
and they just got different. And again, everything, we've done it ad nauseum in shows, especially when
straight leaders.
When it's slow, when it's slow, and we're looking for some stuff that we're trying to, not trying to start stuff. We're just trying to, shoot some conversations, when things get slow. You know what I mean? So we've talked about it ad nauseum before, but like, you can go back. It's easiest thing to do is go back to the 6 degrees of separation. When you miss on Jefferson, well, then you could have had Parsons. You could have had this guy. You could have had Kyle Hamilton. Yeah, but the players that they got are the right fit for this team. You understand? So if you have Jefferson, you don't trade for AJ Brown. And I understand, there's times when he looks like he's a diva over there. That guy is nails. The guy's nails, though. The guy is an absolute specimen.
I mean, he might be the best receiver in the league.
That's an absolute specimen. You know what I mean? And it's the guy that likes to block. You know what I mean? So if Jefferson's here and they're running the ball 40 times a game, he probably belly aches. He's got a little more diva in him. Right? If you look at me just from a guy that's watching, just from watching, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he's a guy that likes to stick his nose in there. I don't know. Right? But if you're comparing the two, if you're comparing the two, AJ Brown, he plays the complete role. You know what I mean? And then since you missed on Jefferson, you had to go get, and then you went and got Devontae. You know what I mean? So you went and got your Batman and Robin. So. And then he just, like you said, he just didn't miss on everything else. So
I think he said, you know what? I should probably just take Alabama and Georgia guys.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Absolutely, bro. So I mean, I think every piece just wind up having its own part of the puzzle, and it's what makes them a juggernaut of an organization. You know what I mean? Because how many teams could miss on a Justin Jefferson and still be a tremendous organization and then eventually win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you miss like that. You miss on a generational wide receiver like that. That sets you back 10 years. Most organizations. Eagles absolutely got better. Absolutely.
You miss it, but your wide receiver room's better than theirs.
Yep.
Like make it make sense. And their receiver room's good. That's a good wide receiver room over there. But this one's better. Which is nuts. But it's going to be a fun year, and I think like my usual excitement to get going isn't there because I just expect to be damn good. I expect to play a lot of football. So like how much like how you're not really like I'm not as jacked up for week 1 as I usually would be because I know what this team is. You know what I mean? There's no like wondering who they are. Last year it was like we were all jazzed up to see it, right? To see what it looks like, see what it turned out to be. Where this year, like I know who we are, I know who we are. So
well,
like,
you thought it was a road game. So Thursday, now you'll be jacked. Thursday comes, you'll be jacked. You'll be out of your mind. Batter time. Let's go.
I'm back. I'm back. I just don't. I think you guys know this. I don't look at schedules. I don't really give a shit. I had no idea. I haven't listened to the radio about it at all. Like I haven't like checked NFL like anything. Right. Besides, I did one draft, so I don't even know. I don't even know where they're at.
I don't even know.
I know they're on the road week 2. I can promise you that.
She's still here.
Doing back there.
I don't even
I
know.
know
what
we're
you're
week 2
doing.
on the road. I know week 3 we're home. I know week 4 we're on the road. I know week 5 we're back home. I know week 6 we're on the road. So I do know that. Week 7
No,
week
the
7
meat
back
train
home.
built for speed.
Yep. Week 7 back home. Week 8 we're back out on the road. Which is sort of amazing. Shady, Westbrook, Montgomery. What's the problem? I mean, you got 3 of the goats in the backfield in Eagles history, and it seems like you're bothered.
We throw the ball 24 times a game.
Yeah, you're bothered
That's
by
why.
it. Like,
I think
your
our
handle
pass
tells
offense was
me.
good last year.
Yeah, I'm just about to tell you.
Is this
Your
Chuck's
handle,
burner account?
well, your handle makes me seem like you love to put in the belly. So I don't know. I
It's
don't know.
definitely not. Chuck's would have Westbrook before Shady. At least he's got the right order.
Yeah, that's the right order. Well, there's
Yeah.
a guy in front of all 3 of them right now.
Of those orders.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well get Barkley in there too, babe, while you're at
Yeah.
it. But you want to throw the ball, it sounds like. So, and I love throwing the football. Like when I play Madden, I don't run. You know what I mean? Too often. But you play to your strengths, babe. And your strengths right in front of our eyes. We just watch.
We have the best offensive line in football. Well, of course you run the ball.
And
you play how people play you. Play
the two-headed monster.
Well, listen, play how people play you. So if people want to come load the box up on you, go do what we did in the Super Bowl. Yep. If people want to play, zone and they don't want to
you get caught up. Listen, you get caught up, and that's what the outside. That's what the outside narrative is. That's not in this area. You know what I mean? The outside narrative is, because if you get caught up in rankings and you get caught up in stats and you get caught up in the 400-yard passing games, then you're going to lose football games because then you're doing something that you're coming away from your identity, right? And that's what teams that do that stuff and want to look cute, right? That's why they're losing football teams. Right.
Yeah, Joe Burrow had a great year.
That's what this team does. You know what I mean? So that's why Hurts gets. That's why the Hurts gets the hatred from the outside because they're like, well, it's so loaded. I mean, the Eagles are so loaded, and anybody can quarterback them. You know what I mean? That's the out. I mean, that's the narrative from the outside. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying, listen, guy works his ass off. Guy takes care of the football. Guy's a winner. guy makes all the right decisions. I mean, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's it. All right. There's nothing to, that's it. There's no other, it shouldn't be any other topic. All right. Yeah. The guy wins football games. The guy wins football games. And when he has to spin it, he'll spin it.
I hate to break the news to people. He helped Saquon Barkley more than anybody in the national media wants to give it credit for, or any pundit, or any guy who watches football, anybody. He helps him way more than people think he does. And just the RPO game alone helps a guy with that skill set. Like we talked about this last August. This would be DeAndre Swift on steroids, right? Because you have a quarterback who can run. So you still have to respect it. Right? So you have to pick your poison on who you want to contain when they want to run an RPO at you. And having that, you see the gashes, you see the more explosive plays than before. So it's like, I mean, come on. I mean, that
spot on. Put on, YouTube. Put James up there too. That's James Jackson. Spot on, brother. Spot on.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what Tom was alluding to. That's what everybody was looking at. I mean, that's what we were trying to say. Like, don't get caught up.
Defense. That's the best defense of all time. And I don't care what anybody has to say about it. Because why I say all time? Because in today's world, it's harder to defend than ever. It's harder to defend than ever. And I'm not disrespecting the 85 Bears. I'm not disrespecting the greats. I'm saying in modern day football, this is the best defense we've seen. And I'll say in the last 15 years easily, it's the best defense we've seen. Because of what the rules are, and even more so because of what the rules are. I mean, there's defense you get away with murder in the 90s. You can get away with manslaughter, murder, rape, and whatever else you wanted in the 80s, right? But in the 90s, you get away with it too. And it was more catered to defense, and it was more run first. It was more run first league, right? It was always been more of a run first league, pass off the run. Where in the 2000s, it soared the shift a little bit. From 2010 on, we know the shift, right? If we don't see the shift from 2010 around on of more of a passing league for the most part, well, guess what? That makes defenses worse. right? It's hard. It's hard to keep up with these guys.
And
Offense has
it's
gotten
hard to
better.
you know,
Yeah,
like I
Legion
said,
of
I mean,
Boom.
Spread
I
what
think
they
it's,
did.
it's hard to disagree with you. You know, I thought it was a nice touch to bring it back into the last 15 years. You know, we said once they won a Super Bowl, then you can have the right to say whatever you want, because that's once you finish, you can absolutely be in that discussion. You know what I mean? But you know, I still think it's I'm not even going back
Ravens.
to 85. Ravens 2000 for me. It's Ravens 2000 for me. I don't even go back to 85, and they're awesome. But and the Eagles were awesome last year. So it's just 2000 Ravens for me will always be there.
I agree with you, because I think I said that when we did this. We did this on one of our shows. I know we did. Greg, where we were debating, and I was like, Ravens, Eagles, right there. They're my two best from 2000 on. From 2000 on, there's a lot of good ones.
Last 15 years, the only two that are even close are probably Seattle's Legion of Boom.
Yep, they're in
when
there.
They won it against Denver, and then Denver when they won it, like what was it, the year or 2 years after that? When
and they're all the ones we talked about.
Denver's defense was amazing.
I think ours is more impressive because
gifted Peyton another one.
We just slayed a dragon. You know what I mean? We just slayed one of the goats. We slayed a guy who can't be slayed, supposedly, like who doesn't lose those games, right? I mean, we went in and kicked his ass, so that made even more of a statement. And like I said, there's great ones back in the day, but when it became real pass happy first from like 2010 on, there isn't a better one. There isn't a better one, and we'll see if one comes down the road here. But this is why I keep telling people we're in the crux of it, and we're in the crux of a dynasty, and we got to capitalize on it. You know, why not us? We deserve one, all that fun stuff. But like, we're in the middle of that right now. We're in it. It's time to go, and with the NFC open the way it is, and our division still open like it is, and the ability to get there, you got to go take care of business another year. And I'm not saying you got to win it again. That's asking a lot. But you know,
I expect to be right there in the running.
I expect to be in an NFC title game. I expect to be in an NFC title game with an opportunity, because that's all we ask for. I want a 50-50 shot of being one of the last two standing, and then I'll take my chance in that game too. But they're good enough to be there. They should be there. And the only thing stopping them from getting there would be themselves or injuries.
I agree.
There's a lot of ways. You know, James, it's funny because, you know, we've graded guys like, you know, Montana's, Brady's, the list goes on, Aikman's, right? Guys go to Canton off of winning. You know what I mean? Guys go to Canton off of winning. I mean, Troy Aikman just won football games, right? Nobody talked about how loaded he was with Michael Irvin, Alvin Harper, and Emmitt Smith. Nobody wanted to talk about how loaded that was.
Yeah,
nobody wanted to talk about
numbers.
Yeah, nobody wanted to talk about Joe Montana.
They ran the ball a ton.
Yeah, nobody want to talk about Joe Montana had Jerry Rice, you know what I mean, to John Taylor. Nobody want to talk about he had greatness. Steve Young, when he took over, had Ricky Waters, had Jerry Rice. Right? Greatness. Like, you think it doesn't take more than two to tango? And that, you know, like people out there think it takes more than one guy in the NFL to win. Yeah. Like Tom Brady had arguably, when we talk about great defenses, and I disrespectfully leave all these Patriots ones out of the mix, they were loaded defensively over his entire run, because guess what? And he was great. There's no taking away from his greatness. Now there might have been years
best
or two,
defensive coach of all time.
Like they had years or a few years. They had years or two where they weren't as high up as they were. Right? You get what I'm saying? Where he had to do more. But a lot of those early years, come on, man. Come on, they were throwing the ball 20 times a game. Like we act like it was a
coach of all time, Tom. I mean, that's what Bill Belichick is. Best defensive coach of all time.
We act like he was throwing 45 times a game his first like 3 to 4 years there, or 5 years or 8 years. Come on, man.
No, it wasn't until like 08.
Yeah, they're winning when the league became pass happy. He started
making all timers out of Teddy Bruschi and Mike Vrabel, right? Like, turning those guys into like all timers.
But everybody needs it. Come on, man. This guy just outplayed Patrick Mahomes, and it wasn't close. Okay, it's the second time he's outplayed him, arguably, that you can make the case in the biggest game. So when are we just going to stop and say, yo, this is the real deal, man. Enjoy it. Stop looking for more. Because there ain't nothing more than Broad Street. You don't go further than that. It doesn't go any further than besides dynasties and legacies. Enjoy it.
Oh, I think enjoy the lowering of the banner on Thursday. We should be pumped up for it, and then let's enjoy a Cowboy ass kicking.
A beatdown. Yeah.
I just love the fact that the NFL is making Jerry sit through this.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, that's why I thought it was away. Like I just didn't think the NFL would do that to the Cowboys, right? Would make them have to come watch this. Like, Jared, we know, or maybe they say, Jared, we know you haven't seen one in a long time. We want to show you what one looks like.
What it looks like.
I think it's amazing. That's why I thought it was away. Like I thought we were having our little ceremony week 2 here. I just assumed it. Wow. I mean, this is where I might go 34-17 by the time we're done here. I'm telling you now, I'm getting a better feel.
34-13?
Feeling in my loins.
He's waking up.
34-13.
34-9.
I need that 4-3, Tom.
I know what you need. It's not all about you.
Yeah, I said 24. So, I mean, I was screaming at the top, and then I went 34-17. I got to go 41-17. That's
Yeah.
24 points. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta clean my act up. You're gonna carry on, Sweeps. You gotta do the math right. All right, 41-17. I'm back.
Wait. I can't do this tonight. It's almost 12 o'clock at night. You're not sold on him yet? Shady Westbrook Montgomery, you're not sold on Hurts yet?
I mean, that's just now we're just trolling.
Yeah, I don't know what's left. Besides running it back. You know what I mean? Of course, roll in for that.
Yeah,
Listen, I
can't do this all the time anymore.
People, there's ways, like you just said, there's ways to win this league. He's a winner. Okay, you don't have to go out and throw the ball 40 times a game and have 400 yards a game, have all these monster numbers. He fits our team perfectly. His skill set with his running and his decision making, he fits the team perfectly. It's been perfect. Like I don't think you could. I'm not sure you could. Obviously, there's a couple exceptions to this rule. Like Joe Burrow's incredible. There's a couple guys that are incredible. Josh Allen's incredible, but I'm not sure there's another guy that could run the offense as good as he does.
But they don't win the big game.
He's a perfect. Well, they don't have our offensive line.
The Eagles are better.
But
why is that Jalen's fault?
No,
it's not.
I'm not saying.
I mean,
no, I know that. Yeah.
You can't penalize those
He's
guys.
the perfect. He's the absolute perfect guy to run our offense. The way our offense is set up with our offensive line and our running game, he's the perfect guy to run it.
I'll make a
fact.
case here. I'll put this. I'll say this right here. And I like this guy a lot. But you put Jalen. I'll stand by this now. I've seen enough. You put Jalen Hurts on the Chargers, they're a playoff team. You put Justin Herbert here, we're really good. I don't know. I can't answer if we're winning Super Bowls though. I don't know. I don't have that crystal ball, but I do have the crystal ball that dude, because of the way he wins and all he cares about is winning. I bet you it'd be better.
Chargers didn't go to the playoffs last year.
But you get what I'm saying.
But
Well, that's Jimmy. But that's Jimmy.
He threw 3 picks.
That's Jimmy. I'm just saying.
Win a game.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying. They would win a playoff game, whatever it is. They would look better. They would smell better, right?
No,
they still don't smell good. They still, and I like Jimmy, and I like Herbert, and I feel like they should be better. But I know it's year 2. I'll give them time, whatever. But they still don't smell good. My point is, everybody wants to look at the pretty shiny object. The shiny object that looks great, and he should be, right? But don't, like, if he's that great, if he's that good, they're better. That's how that works. Like, that's how that works. Like, if he's that good, then he makes everybody around him better. I think you can make an argument Jalen Hurts makes guys around him better.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't throw Herbert in that conversation. I think I was responding to Burrow and Allen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not penalizing.
I was doing that because of call.
I'm not penalizing those guys, because
Herbert's the sexy. Herbert's the sexy comparison.
I don't know.
I
don't know where that
likes to use.
Yeah.
Like, if you put Justin
you should
Herbert
be in
there,
Miami. You know what I mean? Like, you should be in Miami. There's no reason to compare him to Hurts because I don't know. I mean, people do whatever they want. But,
people are weird.
Dolphins skip on him, so the Dolphins fans and other people should compare Tua to Herbert. Right? Either one wins.
Well, compared to with Jalen, right? Like, who would you rather have? Right, you know what I mean. So guys' careers change. Guys grow. Guys get
it's not Alabama anymore.
That want to get better. Like, this is what people don't respect. Like, if a guy, we say this all the time, if a guy really wants to get better with the skill set it is to get to this league to begin with, which is hard to do. Okay, so if you have the skill set to get to this league and you really goddamn want it, and you're not the last pick of the draft hypothetically, right? And you're in those top 3 rounds and you really want it. Guess what, man? You're probably going to get what you want. you're probably going to get better. Like naturally, you're probably just going to get better. If all you care about is winning, you're probably going to win a lot. Like, holy shit. It's probably going to happen. So many of these picks are mutts, and they made it, and that's their dream, and their dream's over. Listen to Jameis Winston talk about it. My dream was just to get to the league. I didn't talk enough about Super Bowls and talking things into existence like I should have, right? He's like, my goal from where I came from was just to get there. That was my dream. I should have talked more about winning. I should have talked more about these things, and maybe that would have resonated more in my career, right? And you respect the guy for saying that, right? But with Jalen, it's always been about the what. And he's the main thing, and that's winning.
And that's still only half the equation. You know what I mean? So it's, there's a perfect storm where players end up. All right. So a lot of guys end up in the ideal situations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know Greg doesn't like them, but we'll switch sports. Right. To me, I'm a Jeter guy. Right, just as a baseball fan. But if Jeter's somewhere else, he doesn't win 5 World Series. Doesn't win 5 World Series. Probably not a Hall of Famer. He just ended up in the right spot, and then his numbers were there, and he won and he was absolutely. He was the
then
captain.
He took it from there.
He was a Yankee captain. So you got it. Sometimes you land in the right spot, but then you still got to outwork everybody. Jalen Hurts is the hardest worker. Right, Derek Jeter was the hardest worker. Guys that win, man, they want to stay on top. Tom Brady, drafted, in the 7th round. He's got a dad bod.
Not a secret.
He sucked at Michigan, whatever, then he got his opportunity, right? He ended up at the right place, still wasn't a starter, right? Guy got hurt, and then the rest was history. So you got it. There's a lot that goes in that equation. Yeah. So it's not necessarily just luck. Yeah. You might end up in the right situation for you, but then you still got to go play. You know what I mean? It's not just, like he ended up, the Eagles took him in the 2nd round, and that's great. He's on the Eagles. They're awesome. You still got to go play, man. You
have to want it.
The guy's balled out ever since he's been here.
I don't know if people think it's easy. Like, you can throw A.J. Brown out there. You can throw Devontae Smith out there. You can throw a great offensive line. You can throw a great running back in the backfield. You still got to go execute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think people just assume, like, you're playing Madden on easy, and the other guys aren't getting paid a lot of money to stop you. And to stop there's great corners that are trying to stop those wide receivers. There's great defensive linemen trying to get to the quarterback. Like, this isn't amateur sports looking on Game Changer and be like, they're 1-7. They have no right competing versus off. You should kick their ass. Look at our talent. It's not what it is. I think people get lost in the fact that this is the best of the best, man. Even the worst team is an NFL caliber football team with guys that should probably be in the league. So
they all get paid to play.
Yeah, and I think it gets mistaken because, you have a lot of talent. Okay, there's been talented teams that have underachieved for years. Everywhere. Okay, we have a show every year on, we could just do it in college football every year. We could do
Harbor.
it.
Baltimore Harbor. Look no further. Take a ride down 2 hours.
Yep.
Slightly underachieving down there in the Baltimore Harbor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just saying, not pointing any fingers.
Yeah, you are. Felt the point. I saw the point.
Yeah.
They are but we act like it's because you're really good, you're supposed to win. And if you no, you got to go finish the job, and you got to win tough games. And that Rams game was a tough game, and you got to find ways, and you got to get lucky at times, right? It's not always about being the best; it's about some luck. Right, and then guys making big plays because we talk about it. Your best players got to show up and make big plays.
You
and
need
big
some
spots.
bounces to go your way. Yeah, you never need all that.
Come on, this isn't easy. But then we give it no credit because of who you played with. But we give every other quarterback tons of credit. I don't know, Super Bowl MVP. He was moving the football even when they were going 3 and out. I get it, but you still got to go put points on the board, and they did early in that football game. We act like they didn't move the ball early or any of this. The defense is sensational, but so is the offense. Okay.
There's nothing to say about Jalen anymore. You could have had some big time question marks going into last year. Okay. But now with how last year went and how he performed in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, there's nothing else you can say about him. He was a straight winner.
There was nobody on draft night with more question marks about the Philadelphia Eagles than myself. There was nobody on that night that had more question marks and was so confused and thought they were trading the pick than me, okay? And I sit here today, and I couldn't be happier that guy's my quarterback. And there's people out there that just cannot get over a fact of either being wrong or not wanting to admit it or whatever it is internally that you just can't give into it. I don't know what to tell you. Right? And I'm not going to tell you to stay on that side because maybe it's working. Maybe you thinking you're not sold. Maybe it'll continue to work. So stay there and continue to think it. Because I've questioned that with myself too. Like when do I let off of them? Right? And I said it from day one. You go win it on the biggest stages. Now, you're 8 weeks in and you look like shit. Bro, it is about what you've done for me lately. And lately is week 8 when we're on to week 9. You know what I mean? Like, that's the world we live on. If we're struggling week 8 and we're on week 9, all I got lately is what you did for me in 2025. So
no, that's a fact. I mean, last year was great. We turned the page Thursday.
Yeah. Like nobody comes out and you go 10 for 25 from the pocket with 2 picks, and we're going to come on here next Sunday and be happy or not need more, right? Right? Let's keep it at 100 here. This is Philadelphia, but we're not running them out of town, right? We're not doing those things. Doesn't mean you can't be critical. Doesn't mean any of that. But if we haven't seen enough of the resiliency, of the toughness by now, right? And just all he wants is to win. If we haven't seen that by now, I mean, hopefully you see it after the 3 Super Bowl trophies. I don't know.
You just called 2 more titles?
Oh, they're coming.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm okay with it.
They're on their way. Pack your bags. I don't know when they're coming, but they're coming over the next 4 years. You have a nice
I just think you're just strictly a hater at that point.
I
don't like using that word hater because people always throw that word around like, oh, hater. Like he's perfect for our system. If you can't see that and you can't appreciate the way that he's played, you're blind, you're not watching, or you're just a hater. You just don't like the guy, which is fine, but you got to tip your cap for the way he's played.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Like I said, yeah, absolutely, dude. 100%. Everything you guys said. He's done what they've asked him to do. You know what I mean? So if they don't have Barkley, if they don't have the best offensive line in football, and we're looking at a small sample size too. So do we think that he could throw the ball 50, 55 times and be successful? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter what we think. That's not a great formula, right? But he hasn't had to do that. So none of us can sit here and look in the camera, or anybody can say he's not capable of doing that. You know what I mean? Like, he's very capable, maybe. I'm not saying the exact standard of a Joe Burrow, but if you throw the ball 50 times, your stats will be there, right? And then you'll be 8-8, and that's okay. Is that cool?
Yeah,
is that cool? What's cool?
Or throwing 5 picks in a playoff game and not winning.
Is it cool to piss your pants? Is it cool to pee your pants? Everybody's doing it. You know what I mean?
Like, Miles Davis.
That's the grossest thing I ever heard.
All right. Well, you guys haven't done it. Me and Greg have. I was at 13-4 this year.
I got 12 wins.
Yeah, I would say 12-13. I mean, I'll say 12-5, just because I feel like when you're the hunted, like we're going to be this year, we'll probably, everyone's going to want to give us our best shot. Maybe we'll slip up a couple more times, but I could see 13, Tommy. 12, 13, I'm right there.
Yeah, 12 on a normal 16-game schedule. But when I get to 13 is because I got 4 losses in there. You know what I mean? I got 4 stubbed toes per se. So, I mean, last year we were
worst.
Last year we were 14-3, right? So I'll chalk another loss off for being hunted.
I stubbed my toe the other day. It was fucking brutal.
Oh, so
it was so bad.
I really don't want to talk about it. You guys don't know. You two don't know. But I'll just crush a foot, like step right on a car or right on, like, you know what I mean? Like right on something that you're just like I stepped on Bingo's bed yesterday. All right, from Bingo and Blue. I stepped on Bingo's bed.
Say, who the freaking
all right,
Bingo?
and I was going to tell you, I was going to let you know. Like I stepped on Bingo's bed here, and it went through my foot. I at one point I said that it's through my foot. That's what I said. So not sure where I was going with that, but yeah. So back to
it'll get you.
Yep.
12-13 though. I'm right with you.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me to 14 because I will.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start doing that. We know how that goes. Next thing you know, 16.
Yeah, I'd say 12-5. I mean, like I said, this is a good football team. They, they got to go to the Bills, and who knows? I mean, it's near the end of the year, but there's some games there. You got to go to the West Coast, and at the Chargers. You never know.
Yeah, and we don't have back-to-back home games like we already talked about. Like,
Yep.
I could see 12. I could see us losing 5 games. 12-5 wins the division.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at Chiefs. That's game week 2 revenge game. You just got your absolute fucking shit pushed in right in February. You know what I mean? So you expect that to be a good a better football game, but it could not. Might not be, but it is in Arrowhead. So
I love Arrowhead in fucking
you know what I mean?
September instead of
Yeah,
the Bucs.
December,
sign me up. Those motherfuckers could have gave us that in December. I love that they gave me that in September. That's a preseason game. Let's fucking go.
No,
72 out.
Yeah, it's still a road game. I mean, it's not the frozen tundra. Of Arrowhead.
But, well, with our fucking run game, I'm an asshole because I might want it. I might rather have it at fucking 35 out.
So Chiefs
try and tackle me.
I think I'm just looking at some road stubbages. Some road stubbages at a toe. That's kind of where I'm at. Chiefs, Bucks, Packers.
Bucks is a guarantee.
Did we just look to Chargers and Bills? So I'm looking at 5 stubbages on the road, which could easily be all wins. And then you're talking about 17-0 and a juggernaut.
Can't find the loss talk. We've had that before.
Can't find the loss.
Yeah, we're back.
I've been looking at the schedule. Can't find the loss.
Yeah,
tough schedule. Hey guys, tough schedule. I get it.
12-5
schedule.
Yeah,
but can't find one.
No,
you know what I mean?
12-5 because of the 5. I get five stubborns to the toe on the road, but it easily could be a 15-2 team.
Yeah, I'm almost off to a 2-0 start right now with this football team. Like, I almost want to just if I could just bet that right now, I would absolutely load up on that. Like, I think they get off to a 2-0 start because that just fired me up. Like, knowing that that's a revenge game for the Chiefs makes it even more of a revenge game for us in a weird way, right? Like, I could see us going and smacking them around again to prove it to them that wasn't a fluke.
It wasn't a fluke, yeah.
Yeah, I could see it again because they don't scare me. They should, but they don't. And I don't think much has changed since then for them.
I think you're rightfully unscared of them. I think that's fair.
Like, for me,
I think they take a step back.
Yeah, if I'm Buffalo, I'm still frightened, right? If I'm certain,
that's the boogeyman in the closet.
Yeah,
we're under the bed, right?
Yeah, I'm still scared.
We're great all year until we got to go to Arrowhead in December or January.
Yeah, I'm scared of the refs, and I'm scared of the Chiefs.
Then we can't run a tush push.
But that being said, I could see us rocking and rolling these first 2. Well, especially week 2, because I could see us on the other mentality of let's go prove a point.
I mean, I think, I mean, no, to your point, I mean, especially if you lose the Tampa game, you would want to be 3-1 because 2-2, then the sky's falling around.
2-2 last year. I would love it. 2-2 last year.
2-2 and A2D's hotlines are blowing up. Phone lines are blowing up.
Oh, we were running guys out of town.
we got
last year week before the bye week. We went into the bye week crushing everybody.
Yeah, that's when Saquon dropped the ball against Atlanta, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's the Bucks. The Bucks was heading into the
bye. But those 2 weeks.
But those 2,
After the bye, they stuck by the Browns, and then they never looked back ever since.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we were pissed at the Browns game too, and we won.
Of course,
it didn't look good.
Well, we couldn't stop anyway, right? They scored 5 points that game. Yeah.
No, they didn't. But our defense, I think we had a special teams and a defensive touchdown that game.
Wasn't
or one of the 2.
Was that Nakobe's pick game? Did he pick off
in the end zone? I think so.
Was that game? Yeah. We snuck out. with a win.
Yeah.
But guess what? I mean, again, it didn't have to be pretty, but we were not happy.
No.
At 3-2. We had a lot of question marks.
Sure.
And then we sort of found our footing, right? Not only that, but offensively is when we took the next step. And that's when we had that conversation. I'm not going to mention any names, but somebody said, if you keep it under 25 attempts a game, that's not a shot at the quarterback. That's just factual with this defense that you won't lose another game the rest of the year. And here we are.
And then the only one we did, our quarterback got hurt in. And then we lost to the Redskins.
Yeah, well, then they threw our starting
safety out. And then they threw our starting safety out.
Yeah.
Our short-handed wide receiver
Commanders.
dropped a ball right into his hands that would have ended the game. A whole bunch of stuff happened.
I don't
Then
want
they
Greg
took
to get us
over
in trouble. Commanders.
Then they took over Hard Rock. And we dropped 55 on them in a playoff game.
Yeah, that's tough to swallow. Like if they they went and got older. Imagine that. Like you got your dicks kicked in, and now you just went and said, "Hold my beer. I'm going to go out and sign every old guy I can find." That's going to solve it. That'll do it. That's how we beat the Eagles. Hey,
Yep.
Joshua Harris is in charge,
Figured it
ladies
out.
and gentlemen. Joshua Harris is in charge, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hell.
Yeah.
Party of two fan bases.
Yep.
And Sixers fans are right there with you, Commanders fans.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know
right
his
there.
act. We know his act.
I mean, Von Miller was like arrested and now he's out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's still alive and going somehow. I mean, Debo, we've talked about. I mean, you want to talk about the only guy on that team I'm scared of is their quarterback because I think he's a baller. Now, you guys alluded to earlier, sophomore slump. Who is he? Right? Like, I need another year of that too, right?
Sure.
So
True.
I'm not going to crown his ass yet, but in the games,
He was good last year.
Yeah, he looks pretty damn good. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yeah,
looks good.
absolutely. And
looks good.
2 years ago we said the same thing about C.J. Stroud. Not us.
bingo.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Two different players. I get it.
Well, they went and signed
know.
a total loser there, and that ruined last year for him. I believe that. I believe
Oh,
Diggs
they
is
had
the
all
biggest
these injuries.
loser.
They had all these injuries.
Yeah.
They didn't have any wide receivers, but
Who you
Yeah, I was going to
Diggs,
say when
yeah.
Nico
I'm
Collins
saying,
was healthy, they were moving
yeah.
the ball well. When he was hurt, they couldn't move the ball.
yep, absolutely.
And thank those plays they win, which is fun.
Yeah. What sucks is that he's probably not going to play all year.
Yeah, that
For
thing
them.
tore.
He got hurt bad.
Oh, from last year? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
He's not coming back all year.
At the Chiefs game, yeah.
I forgot about that one.
They went and got who'd they get? They got Christian Kirk, I think.
They got a young guy that's pretty good.
Yeah, they
Jalen
drafted a
Hurts.
young guy.
Yeah.
Jaden Hunter or something.
Jaden something, yeah.
Higgins.
Yeah. Jaden Higgins.
Higgins.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, and they signed Kirk from
I don't know if they finished last.
what's it called?
I don't know if they finished last, the Cowboys.
I mean, I would assume that
I can make a case that Dallas finishes second. I can make a case that
they could.
Well,
I can make a case that Washington finishes second. I could make a case the Giants finish in second, but they would need to up their timetable.
Then you just be
Oh,
lying.
Yeah, they have to start.
Like,
You
I'm
can
gonna
say
need
it,
them.
but then you just be lying.
Can they use their picks next year? You know what I mean? Like, I need them to use their picks next year right now, and then there's a chance that they can.
Well, they can start
That makes
Dart, and their defense could be really good. That's I feel like that's the only shot for them. I do like their D line a lot.
I mean, their defensive front's loaded.
Yeah, really like it,
Loaded.
yes.
I mean, that's arguably the best defensive front in football
Yeah,
On
right
paper.
there.
yes. Yeah.
on paper. Because your defense, because they're the D tackle too. You factor
Oh, yeah.
Lawrence into that, and then what they have on the perimeter and Burns, and now Abdul Carter. That's a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, and they have Snacks too, right? I like him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But we got specimen up front too, so it's like,
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to
Absolutely.
have you. I got a rugby player that'll just block out the fucking sun. So, you know what I mean? And Lane Johnson's got another 2 great years left in him too. So,
Yeah, I agree.
Lane will go to the sack, or go to until he gives up a sack. All right, what else you guys want to do? Anything else?
You got a Crumb?
The Phillies. After that debacle tonight. It's tough. It's tough to get all worked up because we did just take 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
it's tough to sweep a 4-game set.
Yeah,
Taking
I'm not
3 out of
calling
four.
it.
Would love to.
and essentially
Love the fact that
erasing.
the fucking Mets lost 2 or 3 to Washington again. No, that's great. Or to Miami.
To Miami.
Is. Yeah, Miami.
Yeah, when you essentially
Alcantara looks like he might be back. He's been dealing.
who?
Sandy.
Oh yeah.
He dealt again today.
Yeah.
I think it's like 5 straight starts he's dealt.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's tough to get all worked up when you take 3 out of 4 and essentially erase what happened to start the week. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But today hurt. Today sucked because they had that.
Yeah.
Game.
Kirkring came in and was a wet fart.
Shit himself. And that's where Kirkring had been really good, is the innings by himself. Where he struggled recently was inherited runners. Felt like every one of them scored. This was the rare one where he just shit himself. And just that was terrible. I mean, good on Banks to only get it to 1.
Yeah, Banks did a great job. Yeah, for sure.
Banks was awesome. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Still, man, they get a fucking hit, dude.
Well,
no, I agree.
This is the problem. This is the issue. I mean, Harper came up in big spots all night. I felt like
had some opportunities. I think Schwarber and Harper big spots all day. A lot of strikeouts.
Yeah.
Well, Schwarber struck out a bunch. A lot of flyouts.
And I can deal with the guy with 49 homers striking out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The other guy, he
Oh,
needed to get hot, man. He hasn't
a
been like
lot of flyouts today.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't hit the ball hard on the ground really today at all. A lot of flyouts.
Yeah, and it just, again, it feels like that every time that we face a young pitcher that we don't see, we get no hit essentially.
Yeah, they
like this $1 billion lineup.
That happens to a lot of teams, but yeah,
this $1 billion lineup
just
goes and just swings out of their shoes and just has zero approach against a guy that, in theory, they should hit. Because the kid should be worried about them.
Well.
You know what I mean? Like the kid should be worried about them being the superstar status that they are, right? That's what annoys me the most. Is like it just looks like that against these kids, their approach goes out the window. Like they're just swinging at anything.
Jesus threw really well today, which
he did
good.
Really well. That's encouraging.
Yeah, very good. That's good.
Well.
Yeah, and they.
This is a pretty decently big series though. Going to Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's gonna be tough.
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, off Tuesday. I guess that is because they wanted to play on Labor Day. I guess that's what that is.
Definitely a measuring stick. You gotta play well. You gotta play well against Milwaukee.
Yeah, would love to play well against Milwaukee. Would love to see I would love to see, to make me feel better about Nola. I'd love to see him come out and throw like a 6-inning shutout. You know what I mean? Give me a 7 innings, one earned. Give me one of them starts. I know he was really good after the first inning last.
We know it's not going to happen, but I would
like to see one. I'd like to see one. Give me a really good start so I can feel good about him. Besides that, I'm pretty happy with where we are. Would I like to hit some more on occasion? Yeah. It's tough to say when we just scored like 40 runs in the first 3 games of the series. But yeah, I would like to hit more. I think 19 was the first game to kind of help.
Yeah.
But
it evens it out. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, listen.
But 19, 2, 3, 1. Right?
6 game lead.
And that kid tonight. That kid tonight's going to be a problem for a long time.
People are going to keep chasing that split.
I think Waldrop can really pitch.
Waldrop's a stud.
Yeah,
and
both are going to be a problem.
I think the kid for the Mets can pitch. That McLean.
No, both. The lefty's going to be a problem for years to come too. The guy who hit the homer off Alvarado.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Baldwin, he can play. They always get these catchers that can play. They let the other one leave. They shouldn't have. They should have kept Contreras and let
Wilson or
Murphy leave.
William.
Yeah, Williams Contreras.
One of the Contreras brothers. I mean, they both can hit, but the one in Milwaukee's a stud.
Yeah,
the other guy doesn't.
That's the one.
Wilson doesn't even catch anymore. He plays first.
Yeah,
for the Cardinals.
Or DHs, right?
Dude, what a catch.
So tomorrow
shit.
we got Walker versus Mizorowski.
That's the one-handed catch, Tommy.
No, was that
by Miami earlier?
No, that was the guy we wanted from the Guardians. We all wanted Stephen Kwan.
Yeah. Tomorrow we got Taiwan versus Mizorowski. Wednesday we go Nola Quintana, and Thursday we go Suarez Peralta.
Who was game 1?
Taiwan Walker
Jesus Christ.
versus Mizorowski. So again, here we go. Another young kid that we've never seen before And he throws a hundo.
Throws a hundo, yeah.
And he's back to earth. But yeah, you're right. I think his ERA.
He's been a little wild.
Yeah, his ERA is like 4 now.
Yeah.
So.
It's been
Well,
a
I
little
think the
wild.
biggest thing for us is
after his little cute All-Star appearance, his ERA is up to like 4. So
I
mean, it doesn't take away the fact that
he's
he's
got
got 100.
good strikeout stuff for sure.
Yeah, of course.
we need to play well on the road because we have not played well on the road. So we need to play well.
Would be nice to win the series. I'll say that. And then we play Washington. Is that what it is?
No, at Miami.
Oh, Miami, and then it's New York at home for 4, I think.
Yes.
Oh, it's the biggest stretch of the season then.
Yeah, at Milwaukee, at Miami, New York home for 4, KC home, at LA, at Arizona.
Oh yeah, we go. I was gonna say we go West Coast after that. Yeah,
at LA, at Arizona, home for Marlins, end the year with the Twins. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 series left.
How many home games left?
4, 7,
11?
13.
13.
Out of how many?
21.
Okay. All right, so they've been bad on the road.
6.
I mean, 6-game lead. 6-game lead with
12.
21 to go. We got
12 on the road, 13
good.
at home.
So 25 to go. Is that what it is?
Yeah, 25 because we got that 4-banger with the Mets. So that throws.
Yeah, we just need that 2 seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would love the 2 seed. I agree. Just really need to win the division. I mean, 6-game lead, we should.
34 and 35 on the road.
Yeah.
To your point.
Yeah, not good on the road.
No, we've been very good at home, not great on the road. Yeah.
But around 500, obviously.
I mean, that's what we always used to say, though. Dominant at home, 500
that's what we talk
on the
about.
road.
That's what we talk about. But it'd be nice to finish strong on the road. Is probably a better,
totally agree.
Is better phrase from me.
Would be
Finish
awesome.
strong on the road.
A sweep of the Milwaukee series would be great.
Oh my God, I'd be 6 to midnight.
Yeah, that would be great because then
30.
you start talking about, hey, maybe we can get into first in the division.
Yeah. Then you got something to still play for, right?
Yeah,
you need the stuff to keep playing for.
Talk dirty to me, Will. That's why I like fighting dirty, for that. Baby.
I like having to fight for that 2 seed because it's like something to play for.
Yeah, what do we have? A 1-game lead on LA right now?
Yeah, like you got to come to the ballpark having something to play for. Like if the division got out of hand, which I'm not saying it will. You know what I mean?
But it could. I agree. Yeah.
But you need something to continue to come to the ballpark to strive.
It's really remarkable. Besides I'm just looking at it now because you brought that up. Obviously, the Brewers are the best team in baseball, so it makes sense. But they're 40 and 29 on the road. I mean, that's how you get to be the best team in baseball. But and the Cubs are 37 and 34. I'm going to tell you that nobody else is above 500.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
the Mets are both
leagues.
Look at the Mets road
I'm talking about both leagues. Mets 28 and 37 on the road. Marlins 34 and 35, same as the Phillies. Braves 29 and 42, gross. Nationals 27 and 41. Reds 32 and 37, Cardinals 31 and 38, Pirates 22 and 47, very impressive. Keep not paying your guys. Dodgers 33 and 33, Padres 33 and 39, Giants 33 and 35, Diamondbacks 33 and 38, Rockies 17 and 51, tremendous. American League, Blue Jays 34 and 34, Yankees 35 and 33, okay. 34 and 35 is the Red Sox, Rays 33 and 36, Orioles 30 and 39, Tigers 36 and 33. You get the idea. Sorry. So besides the Brewers, jump in. Yeah, water's warm. Jump in.
No, this is a great one because it shows Wills what we said for years, Wills, about like if you play 500 on the road and you take care of business at home, you'll be a playoff team. Yeah. Every team that's around 500 on the road,
and obviously
team,
pretty much, right?
It is a playoff team. Like you know what I mean? Most of those teams are playoff teams that have taken care of business at home, which is crazy. And then all the ones that aren't are the ones that are like 30 and 39 on the road, right? Where you're that leaves you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you think a lot of those teams aren't good at home either, but you get that.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, the only one
crazy
that's
that nobody plays
the
well
one
on the
that's
road.
The most drastic is the Mets, I think, because they're really good at home and really bad in the road.
Because they cheat at home.
45 and 27 at home. Good call. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
somebody pointed that split out. I was only joking about the cheating time.
I think they're cheating at home still. Like I feel like something's going on. I don't want.
But those splits are insane.
Well, they make you think something's happening.
Yeah.
Well, they're just really good at home, clearly. Obviously, we can't win there. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Greg's
those
going to tell you they're cheap.
those. I'm not the one saying it. I just agree with the people that are saying it. That know a lot more about me.
Guys, an X.
You just said it here.
Guys, an X.
I was like breaking his balls about it because we argued about something I don't even know what we're arguing about.
Yeah,
I don't know. I had a crumb in my head. I want to remember it and try to keep it locked.
I'm sure you do. I mean, we haven't seen you. So,
we haven't seen you in a while.
I'm sure you got a couple in the chamber.
Welcome back.
It's not a shot, just the facts.
Well, I was ready to go 2 weeks ago. I thought we were going, and then all of a sudden we weren't. Last week I was.
The shots have been taken. Oh, weekly.
12:28.
I thought we did a show.
Oh no, not even 12:28. Not even 12:29. I mean, you could just go roll the tape back to open like.
Oh yeah, no. Every time he's not here, you say, and Brian Wilson not here again. So yeah, no, it's well documented. It's on tape. Yeah, you're a t-shirt and shorts guy. I mean, you're combine. Your radio combine is no joke.
Great metrics.
You're.
Great metrics.
Yeah, you're not running from it, buddy. You're on record as taking shots at the big fella. So I'm
fine with that. Well, he throws curveballs every once in a while. 2 weeks ago, he's like, "Oh yeah, no show," and then I go out, and then he's like, "Oh, well, we'll do a show." I'm like, hey, you can't be switching up on me.
Yeah, kids couple curveballs. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, you think
trouble with the curve.
I like Jesus very much, but he no help with the curve. Trying to tell me Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
You put
great movie.
Great movie.
God. Put grease on the ball.
I ain't got an arm like yours, kid. I gotta do whatever I can.
Yeah.
If the umps watch me try to just put a little jalapeno in my nose.
Get that running.
The baseball?
Get that running. Get that running.
Joe Boo hey bartender, Joe Boo needs a
refill. Smack.
It's very bad to drink Joe Boo's rum. Very bad. Great movie.
Great movie.
Absolutely.
Oh shit.
Shady, I like it. And he's asking about the Bueller signing. I like it's no risk. There's literally no risk to this signing.
Yeah, and he's got a history of pitching pretty well in the playoffs last year. So yeah. And we need a righty. Listen, I already said I would love to see Nola throw a gem so I can feel better about him, but it's crazy if we go into the postseason like, okay, we're just gonna throw lefties out there. We need we need a righty. We need one of the guys to pitch well as a righty. Yeah.
And even if we just talked about we got 7 series left. I think the plan is one start down in AAA, bring them up for that
6-man rotation. They say,
and then go 6-man from I think the Royal Series, the Royal Series on. So I think that helps.
Yeah, Sanchez could use a breather. Ranger could use a breather. Like I'm okay. I like the 6-man. I'm cool with that.
We've talked about on these airways both shows.
They're ever going to pitch? I mean, Jesus.
I don't think so. I think they're scared. I think this move said they don't want to bring Painter up.
It's incredible. It's just
because of
they brought up Stubbs. They're bringing up Stubbs.
Bring up Stubbs.
This is incredible.
He's back.
Yeah,
Garrett.
Yeah, like you said. I mean, it's no harm bringing in Bueller. I mean, but he hasn't been good. So
no.
This year hasn't been good. No.
Got a 6 ERA.
But if you could channel what he did in the postseason last year,
well, people are trying to tell me that Hoffman's had a good year. He's got a 6 ERA. So I don't know if what anybody says is right, but people were telling me, "Oh, Jeff Hoffman's had a good year." I saw his ERA the other day after he got 3 home runs in the 9th, and I was like, "Wait, he's got a fucking 6 ERA."
I have him in fantasy. I just think he's had like 2 bad months. Like his month of, I think May was terrible, and then like his month of July or August has been terrible. But everything else inside.
That's not great, Greg.
No, I know it's not.
Equals terrible year.
Yeah.
That's what that gives you.
Well, I always say, because I heard a lot of people be like, "Oh, Hoffman's been great." And I looked at his stats. I'm like, his stats for us last year were way better than they are for this year.
Yeah, everyone just wants to keep clamoring on that we didn't sign.
It's because Romano's been such shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is where he can come in. It's where Bureau can come in because they can.
Yeah, I
use
mean,
another pen.
like you said, the ERA's bad. I don't know how many blown saves he has, but I mean, he's got 29 saves, and somehow 14 decisions, 8-6, eight and
He's
6.
clearly pitching a lot.
Yeah, 8-6. Yeah, he's their guy. So, and they're very good. They're fun.
They are good.
They're fun to watch. So
They are
they're
good.
in the American League, and so it's no sweat off the Phillies. But they got, like I said, I think we discussed it before. They got like 33 or 34 sack bunts. They're just a bunch of guys, man. I mean, I know they got Guerrero and Bichette, you know what I mean? So they got 2 stars right there, but they're doing it with AAA guys, you know what I mean? And some South Jersey flair, with David Schneider and Lopes. And Scherzer's tough. I mean, I think he got a little banged up today, but
he's been pitching not bad.
I just like watching.
He still got 10 guys.
I like watching him compete. He just
Yeah, he still gets it at home. He still gets, great milk in the morning. You know what I mean? And
yeah, do your wonders. Do a body good.
Shit, yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah, I think Don brought it up. I mean,
2 hours.
Yeah, well, no, that's it. We're
out
of here, Don.
2 more hours is what he
we're
said.
out of here, Don.
I know what he said.
I don't know if I got 2 more hours to be done.
We'll bring it. Rampage Jackson's kid. That's. Whew.
Yo, what a piece of shit move that was. I don't know.
I don't know if that's a crumb. That's not a
crazy.
crumb. That's a piece of shit. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then the more video that comes out just shows
crazy.
you know what I mean? Like the guy shook his hand, the guy apologized.
Yeah,
obviously it's a fake beer can that got hit over your head. He didn't know you weren't a part of the. You weren't a worker.
He thought he was part of the show. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they got you. And then they told him go out there and be part of it. And then, all right. So if you drop a guy on his head and you're not a wrestler, so you don't know how to. You don't know how to take the bumps, and you drop the guy on his head. I would get that. I would never qualify that as being a piece of shit. It's the 22 blows after you're unconscious.
Yeah, he's literally hitting a dude that's unconscious. I can't believe that. It's actually a pretty disgusting video.
Oh
yeah.
He's gonna go away.
He should go away. He should go to jail for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if we're doing that, I mean, Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates. Every day of the fucking week. We've talked about it before. They haven't signed anyone to a multi-year contract in years, which is crazy to me. All right. They also, the only one that they did, Brian Hayes, they traded away. He was the guy that's making like their most money, right? They had, who's the lefty that's been around forever? Heaney. Andrew Heaney needed 5 more innings to get a $250,000 bonus. Put him on waivers. There's another guy that needed, I think 6 more hits.
IKF. They just did the IKF.
Kanair Falefa, who's been on the team for like 5-6 years now, needed 5 more hits to get a $300,000 bonus. Put him on waivers. You're such a piece of shit.
Earlier in the year, they did it to Rowdy Tellez.
Amazing. It really is. You're such a piece of shit organization. It's incredible. Show a little loyalty to guys that are going out there and playing for you every day. How is that extra $600,000 is going to bug you that bad as an owner having to it's such a shitty move. Like I can't wait when Skeens leaves. I can't wait when all these guys leave and go to the Yankees and laugh in your face because you deserve it. I hate you.
I hope they don't go to the Yankees, but I agree. Yes.
Oh, that's where they're going to go.
And you know what? Like I said, it's fine if you don't want to pay the bonuses, but then don't put them in the contract.
Yeah, and it's just you look. There's no way that you can come off looking good doing these kind of moves that you've been doing. It's disgusting. It's a pussy.
You're not going to get any free agents. Like what free agent would want to go?
He's like, let me go sign there.
Yeah.
So,
incentive laden deal.
Well, they can cut me in August 30th.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's such a scumbag move.
And the sad thing is, it could be a great baseball city if you spend a little money.
And because they have a great stadium.
Great
stadium.
Great stadium.
Like it could be a baseball city. How the
they got great arms right now. Spend some money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, go spend some money on your best players right now. Go give a $200 million deal to one of those kids right now.
I mean, they didn't have the stadium they have now, but they had that stretch when it was, Three Rivers Stadium. With Pop Stargell in the late 70s and early 80s. And
Yeah,
then
we are family. Yeah.
and then obviously, you know, and the
And then
bond,
Bonds and
the
Bonilla,
Bonds
early
era,
90s,
the Bonds era, of course, you know. So, yeah, it's a lunch pail place to play if you have, you know, you get the right ownership in place. You know, it just, I don't know, it's funny to watch from the outside, but you know, of course, it's, you know, it's horrifying for those guys, you know, and none of those guys you mentioned are superstars, you know. So
No,
you know,
yeah, these are guys that probably
as
would
much
really
as I
love
made,
that
you know, as
bonus.
much as I
Yeah.
made light of it, because you know I don't really care about the Pirates. I always acknowledge when Greg said it that it's an absolute scumbag of scumbag moves. You know what I mean?
Oh, it is.
I
Humongous
just
scumbag
giggled at
move.
it, but I just giggled about it. But they're not millionaires, you know. So it's you know, they're not living in a cardboard box.
Sure.
Those guys. But you know, they're also not, you know, making fucking, you know.
Yeah, they're not making $20 million a year.
They're not making generational money either. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
They're
$300,000 help
regular
them.
guys. Yeah, they're just regular guys. Absolutely.
And they can make a move right now to like save face with their franchise. And that's just going and trying to give Skeens money early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if that's 200,
I mean,
if that's 250, I don't know what that number is, right? But like, it's not for me to know. But at the end of the day, like if you just went and said, hey, we're going to lock up our best player, we're going to show that commitment, like the Braves did it with their young guys, like, you know, you go do that, you change your culture.
Boston just did it with Roman Anthony.
Yeah, like go sign him.
Somebody else just did it this year.
And now you made a commitment to winning. Right? Yep. Or whatever that may be. Or you made
a
commitment to keep your best player.
No, you're 100% right. And they would, you know, they probably wouldn't do it. That's where I would think Skeens is going to say no. To me, Skeens is going to pull Parsons. Parsons wanted out of town. Okay, so I'm sure Jerry dropped the ball. You know what I mean? But there was other rumor that I heard that, you know, there were some numbers that Jerry that supposedly were out there that was making him maybe, you know, the highest paid non-quarterback too, even before they pulled the trigger. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think he wanted out too, and I agree. I don't think Skeens would say yes. You know what I mean?
No, I totally agree. I mean, he's going to be. I mean,
got a hot girlfriend.
His girlfriend is
Hollywood
a model in New York. He's got New York written all over him.
He needs to be a big city guy. Yep.
He's got New York written all over him. So hopefully, it's not the Mets.
Yeah, ain't that for sure.
I'm sure he's got a few more years of control here too. So.
Yeah, he does. He has a few more. I mean, if you're the Pirates, I would try
that's
to
what guys will take the money, man. That's what guys will take the money. You give a guy $250 million for the next 5 years.
You can try to lock him up for like 5 years and see.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, hey, look, you can be a free agent again at 28.
You give 5 years. You give 5 years 200, 5 years 250. It's hard for these guys to say no at it because the injury can come up.
Yep.
Right? Like you're an injury away from not getting that money.
And then you just start throwing him 120 pitches a game because why not?
Yeah, and you go win. You try to win. Right now, you're trying to win. But at least organizationally in a fan base, you're saying, hey, look, you know, we're trying. We're going to build around him. And now you can draw people there.
Because they're not doing that now, that's for sure.
No, because now you can draw people there. You got that.
Tom, I said it in the very beginning of this.
It's the best pitcher in baseball.
It's
going to draw people.
I mean, yeah, he's going to win Cy Young. It's mind-boggling how they haven't given out a multi-year extension since before the pandemic.
It's amazing.
They have not given out a multi-year extension. Every deal has been a one-year deal.
It's incredible.
So they're cleaning
literally
up.
Mind-boggling.
They're cleaning up. That's what they're doing. Organizationally, they're cleaning up and acting like, you know,
they've had what's it called for 2 straight years now. Andrew McCutchen on 1-year deals. Same thing with that Gonzalez dude. All these dudes, they signed them for a 1-year deal each year.
Yep.
Connor Flath was a 1-year deal.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they're like one of the teams that is causing all like the salary cap conversation when where I keep going and a lot of people keep asking for the salary floor. Right?
Yeah,
I don't give me a cap, but make these guys spend money.
Yeah.
Because the Marlins this year,
NBA.
Yeah, the Marlins this year were the same way. I don't think they spent any money.
No.
But I don't think the Marlins, though, because of it, are going to get any of the revenue sharing because they didn't meet that.
Yeah, they're under a certain amount, right?
Yep. So it's like, and that's the other side of this whole, you know, Pirates being a piece of shit organization is you have the sport as a whole potentially making a huge decision here with a potential salary cap that is going to hamper the big market teams, all because they want to be pieces of shit and not do anything to help their team and help their fan base. I mean, I get it. That's life, right? Like, that's the world we live in. That's every, job situation that everybody works in, right? You know what I mean? The most pieces of shit are the loudest ones hurt, but it still sucks because, they're scumbags.
Yeah, 100% they are. 100%.
Mike Crumb is the douchebag that stole the hat from the kid at the tennis tournament.
Yeah, I saw that.
They found him. His name is Peter Szarekic, whatever. He's a Polish business executive.
Make him famous.
The CEO of a paving firm. And, I mean, if not the act alone wasn't, crumb-worthy and piece of shit-worthy, his response, they found him online, of course, because Twitter's amazing and the internet's amazing. But he says, the recent incident at the tennis match has caused a disappropriate online uproar. It's a longer word that I can't even pronounce. It's all about the famous hat, of course. Yes, I took it. Yes, I did it quickly. But as I've always said, life is first come, first serve, he claimed. I understand that some people might not like it, but please, let's not make a global scandal out of the hat. It's just a hat. If you were faster, you would have it. Regarding online hate, I remind you that insulting a public figure is subject to legal liability. All offensive comments, slander, and insinuations would be analyzed for possibility of taking the matter to court. So not only are you a scumbag, you did double down on it and taunted the kid for not being quick enough.
Oh my God!
But you claim it's just a hat.
Yeah, typical Swiss.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Typical Swiss guy. I mean, that's
what I would
expect. That's what I expect.
Not surprised. Light in the loafers. He's floating around. He's floating around.
Yeah. Good Lord. Yeah, pretty incredible.
Talk about not reading the room.
Yeah.
You would think after the uproar, you'd be like, I don't know what got over me. I apologize.
Walk it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Walk it back a little bit there, Sir Polish man. Walk it back a little bit.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit if you say anything bad about me. That's what he said. Yeah. Not
acknowledging any guilt.
I remind you guys,
you are a kid. Yeah, he is. He's Happy Gilmore in fucking. Guys, Happy Gilmore playing dodgeball with the fucking kid.
Yeah. Now you're all in big trouble.
On the flip side, though, the tennis guy, the actual player who gave the hat away, did meet up with the kid. Yeah, gave him a whole bunch of swag and stuff like that. So the player made it right. The scumbag didn't.
No.
Damn, I didn't realize Shady was drinking with us all night. All right. Maybe it sweeps his burner.
Cheers.
Shady, no, we talked about it. We talked about Ferris Bueller. We talked about Ferris. All you gotta do is just rewind a little bit. We talked about him. I don't have a crumb this week. Just people. Just people in general.
That's always up there.
Just little things. Just little things.
Why doesn't the clock stop in the fourth quarter under 5 minutes?
I don't know what's going on anymore with that. I'm with you.
We kept talking.
I gotta Google.
In the Texas game, right? The clock kept stopping.
Yeah,
kept running.
Yeah, and I seen the one dude was. The one game yesterday, I think the late game, the guy was complaining why the clock was stopped with 2:20 left. I'm like, he ran out of bounds.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Of course the clock stopped. He ran out of bounds.
Jesus. It's crazy to me.
I would say my street's a bunch of crumbs. The way people drive up and down it.
Hey, come on down.
It's a good crumb. It's a good crumb.
That's apparently, Tom.
This is
all,
the day.
All I see on Facebook, Audubon has is people talking about people flying around the town. And I tell you what, the kids on the scooters, people better be careful. These kids on these scooters are out of control too. They just don't follow any traffic line. They're 12 years old on these little electric scooters going 20 miles an hour.
Yeah,
you gotta watch them.
Yeah, no, 40 boy. I'm not gonna crumb Archie Manning.
I'm kind of, I might crumb everyone because I get it that that Texas was favored and everything, but that's on in the horseshoe at Ohio State, first actual real start. Like, who was expecting them to come out and go gangbusters? I mean, I'm
obviously the
upset that I didn't take
NCAA was.
the under.
They ranked them number 1.
Yeah, I mean they're a good team. I would assume they're probably going to have a really good year. That's an extremely tough game. First game that's an extremely tough game.
Yeah, you ain't
I'm not
getting
giving them a pass because they're talking about Heisman Trophy favor and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm not talking about Texas.
That's a tough game. Sure.
That's a tough game for Texas. That's an extremely tough place to play against the defending champs, right? But he looked lost. You know what I mean?
They didn't play great, and they had opportunities.
I mean, how did he not
score on the 1-inch line?
Was garbage time. You know what I mean? Not garbage time, but you know what I mean? Like some padded stats at the end just to make it look decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I'll crumb a kid after the year or halfway through the year, or when I get a little bit more of a sample size. I got no problem crumbing them. I mean, definitely.
Yeah, let him play a little bit here.
Yeah, let me get a little bit more.
Yeah. And listen, as much as individual, I go more. Even though he's not a I mean, he's a kid, but he's not like a young kid. So we can always come at him. I mean, he's not going to be off limits, right? Yeah. But I have a tendency always to go to coaches first, So if I'm going to land anywhere, I'm going to land it at Sark. Sark's a loser, right? But if I'm going to land anywhere in week 1, it's going to be at Alabama and Kalen DeBoer.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? Come on, buddy. I mean, you got to be the biggest crumb ever. You know what I mean? And I understand it's tough to follow a legend. You know what I mean? But you're still getting the same guys, man. So like, you got to be better, man. You can't not saying that Florida State was going to lay down and let you come in there and whoop them. But, they played like they were the 14-point favorite.
Oh, big time.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that was a beating.
They dog walked you. They dog walked you.
Yeah.
Absolutely dog walked.
At least the Texas-Ohio State game was kind of a defensive battle. Both teams were playing well. Yeah. That was a beating. Florida State beat the brakes off of Alabama.
Saban would have never allowed that to happen because they would have never ran the football like they did. The RPO game would have never worked at the level it worked if he was there.
Same reverse worked twice, Tom. One for a touchdown and then another 40-yarder to clinch it. Same guy, same play.
Never happened twice.
Alabama defense. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, not the same. They're not the same. Last year they were a little bit the same because a lot of carryovers, right? A lot of veterans, a lot of guys who played with the same. Yeah, I mean, play with the same message.
This guy's seat is absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
the Colts are hot.
He might be dead man walking.
That
might be already dead.
Colin Cowherd claimed that was like the greatest hire of all time, and they would never look back. Like that.
Everyone this summer was, it wasn't. It's because he didn't have his offensive coordinator last year, and now he has him. Well, looks like it.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
This ain't the Pac-12, babe. I said it then because that was still the Pac-12. That be careful because this isn't. This ain't
Nick Saban.
This ain't Nick. So
remember Alabama in the early 2000s?
Yeah.
We back.
We back.
That's what I was gonna say. Like in a non-crumb, as a non-crumb, and I'm not even a huge Saban guy. It's more respect. You know what I mean? Obviously, the Dolphin thing was a fiasco, but I don't. Whatever. He's meant to coach college football. You know what I mean? He doesn't belong in the NFL.
Pretty clear.
So he was, he was awesome at LSU. But what he did at Alabama is unbelievable. I mean, and just watching what's going on now. The guy is the GOAT. The guy's the college GOAT. You know what I mean? And what a job he did. And getting all his guys going, not only winning there, and then just having all his guys prepare to play in the NFL and succeed. And the NFL is littered with Alabama guys, because of him. And like you said, the guy steps down, and they go 9-4, and they start this year 0-1. It's like ruh-roh. Like Wilson said, there was a stretch, before he got there that Alabama was horrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were very good. Yeah.
Between the Bear Bryant before obviously the Bear Bryant times and shit was bleak. Shit was bleak in Tuscaloosa.
It wasn't a lot.
So he rolled in there and saved the day.
Wasn't a lot going on there. Wasn't a place you would think about going to before.
For sure.
Saban went there.
I don't know if he beat him often. You know what I mean? We love SGM. What's up, brother? How's your aunt doing? Right? Is that SGM? Is that the guy?
Yeah.
That's our guy.
Oh my god. Yeah. Gus, Gus has had his success first Alabama, but vice versa.
Yeah, they won the
I
Iron
don't know.
Bowl game.
I don't know
with
if anybody owns Nick in college
yeah,
football.
I think they won the Iron Bowl game with the return of the missed
return,
field goal,
yeah.
right? And then
Pick
I'm
six.
sure they won the year. The Cam was there,
Yeah,
but
Cam, yeah.
yeah, I would, I'd maybe walk back the ownership of Alabama.
Yeah.
But we know what you're saying, SCM.
Yeah.
Nobody owned Nick in his tenure.
But I did see Paul Feinbaum thrown in there. I think the college football. No. I'm talking about like the college football analyst. I think you look back last year and even through this year. I mean, I don't think these guys have an original take ever. They just continue to browbeat and just push the same narrative that like Alabama's going to be good or like Notre Dame's the number 6 team or Arch Manning's going to be good, right? And again, not saying that he can't, but Arch Manning coming to his first year as a starter is the Heisman Trophy leader. Like nothing that Arch Manning has done has proven outside of his last name that he's supposed to be this great talent. All I'm not trying to kill the kid, but everybody just keeps continuing to push like the same narrative. Like no one's willing to stand up and say, no, actually, I don't really think Arch is going to really be that good. Or Alabama, I think we're going to see a regression here with Kalen DeBoer. So I feel like the college football narrative and the media speak is just the same nonsense over and over again. And you just never hear an original thought coming out of any of them.
Yeah, and I'll end it with that. Like, just to your point, that's a good point. But I will treat him like Michael Malone. Like, I'll call you Mike if I want to call you, and I'll call him Archie Manning. You understand? You're not fucking Arch because you don't want to be your grandfather. Your grandfather was pretty good. You're Archie. Knock it the hell off. Right? You're not Arch. All right, get the fuck out of here. Right? You're Archie. Okay, pal. Until you're good enough to maybe be called Arch. You're not your uncles.
It's got to be this year, Donnie. It's got to be this year, brother. If it ain't this year, I don't know when it will be.
What's he talking about? Penn State?
Penn State.
I mean, they are very good. I wish the receiver was still in Syracuse. I love that kid.
Pena?
He's a stud.
Yeah. He played well.
He's a stud.
I'm not gonna react.
Yeah, I would hope he played well against Nevada. Yeah. I would hope he played well.
Yeah. Well, I went to Belmar Fire. Quick story. I stopped at Belmar Firehouse. They had like a little bar underneath. Saw some guys during the Penn State game. They're like, "You think they got this one?" I said, "Against Nevada? Yeah, they got it. Yeah." I said that. I would assume they're a 40-point favorite.
Bottom of the Belmar Fire Hall. Used to be there a lot.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
On start night.
Oh my God! Isn't where you're showing up at? You're showing up at the bottom of a fire hall.
Yeah, on Thursday nights for dart night.
You too. Like
it's a solid little bar they got down there.
Yeah, it's a nice little bar.
Look at you. That's where you're wandering around that $2 drinks.
Yeah, see, Don, you fucking had. Now we're fucking 212. We're at 212 now because of you.
That's how you do it. He knows the buttons to push. He's been around long enough.
SJM's our guy. Ball's on 7-7 all time. 6 against Saban. He went a little far with the own it.
I love that you went and got numbers for us. You know what I mean? I love that you came back.
Yeah, like 500 is kind of owning Saban. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think anything else is 500.
There you go. Look to see Uncle Rick.
We don't forget it, buddy. We don't forget a face.
Hey, it is Rick.
Good to see you. Right? Good to see you. Good to see
you
at 1 a.m. First thing I said. Good to see you. SJM, thanks for checking in. Good to see you. How's your aunt doing? Right away. Went to it.
Oh my God.
The best.
Don, we're not doing this, Don. We're not.
Now what? I'm not
No,
kidding.
we're not.
What's Don doing?
I didn't see it.
Carl Malone says.
I think he's talking about Pat Bett's reaction, not knowing the Carl Malone story.
What about him impregnating a 13-year-old?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that. Did he turn out to be an Eagle? Demetrius Bell?
No, Bill.
He was an Eagle for a little bit, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was. First
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I know his daughter looked just like him. That's
That's probably not great.
That's not good for anybody.
I think he had. I think he had him. I think he had a lot of kids, Carl.
Oh, he's the mailman. He delivered. All right.
Packages galore.
Do you know what college you went to? Is the question.
Louisiana Tech. I'll text you.
Louisiana Tech. It's because it's kind of a tiny one.
Says a lot. Tells me a lot. Could have told you. I mean, left.
He did. He played with a phenomenal point guard.
Well, no,
I think I would have had a ton of points if I played with John Stockton.
Listen, if you went to a tech school and then became like,
you don't believe that guy? Is that what that laugh is?
Isaiah, this is awesome.
Rexies.
Shit a brick. Oh
yeah,
man,
you gotta get the Rexies.
That's amazing.
I'm done egging everybody on.
A new uncle, like in front of a new uncle.
That's what happened. I mean, he probably,
Is she putting on too many skates? SJM? I mean, like she's been trying on too many skates now. She's been trying on everybody's skates.
trying on everybody's skates. Jesus.
Felt right when we talked about it. Felt funny. But
it was.
When in Rome, I mean, it's 12:59, guys. You know what I mean?
He said it felt funny. He didn't say nothing about sound. It felt funny.
It felt funny. Felt funny.
It felt good out there.
Felt funny.
Felt good out the lips. So she said the same thing about trying on the skates. Felt good at the time.
What is Don saying? Put it on the screen.
He just said, keep the chats coming. Keep the comments coming. Oh,
her fifth marriage. She's like a black widow. What's happening?
She's the lady from Youngblood. She gave it to me real good.
Guys, I didn't. As we can tell, I didn't say anything wrong. I was just telling the truth. A lot of skates. You know what I mean?
A lot of skates.
A lot of rings.
Oh my God.
Fifth marriage. Are they all still alive?
Yeah, but what? Oh my God.
Is she killing them off?
Oh my God.
She's dying too.
Oh my God.
I know SJM.
Father Combine, throw down a blessing.
It's all love. Simple questions.
Yeah.
Curious cat.
My friends used to call me Whiskers.
Search it up. Oh God. Need four more. Need four new ones.
Yeah, I don't know why it was awkward, like bringing up Ricky, around the fifth uncle. I mean, like I would think that'd be like he would get that. Like he'd be like, he would like to know. I feel like at this point of his career too, he would probably like to know that he's been with something Rick's been with. You know what I mean? I think he would feel better about himself. I think there's a lot of positives. And maybe a poster.
I'm sure there was some wiggle room down there. He probably knew. I think he had an idea. I'm sure there was some wiggle room down there.
Oh my God.
Unless the guy's feeling really good about himself. I can imagine just us average guys. There's probably some wiggle room down there. We need some help. Gonna need a bookmarker here. All right, can we go get them? I got golf tomorrow. Jesus Christ.
That's great. He said a little wiggle room down there.
Yeah. That's it. Attaboy. Way to bring it full circle.
Right back to the Eagles Cowboys.
Yes. Even Dak would know that. Even Dak would know that that's a gigantic gap.
Whistling like a Skeets
fan. As soon as you said wiggle room, I knew exactly what you were talking about. As soon as you said it, I knew that.
Classic. Well, HUD after dark. You guys get a little bit of everything.
The first one's gone.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. Let's Parker up now.
Yeah.
We're not throwing it in reverse.
We're not talking.
Yeah, we're not talking about your aunt. Shitter's full. Shitter's full. It's time for us to go. Christ, their shooter's probably full too. Oh, okay. We gotta go.
Jesus Lord.
We gotta go. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. There's nobody listening. Ah, Jesus Christ. Nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening. It's okay.
But to you 73, they're just still sticking around. Hit that like button on the way out.
R.I.P. Euchre. Bobby Euchre.
Hey,
R.I.P. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck it. Nobody's listening right now.
Hey, play this segment next Sunday dinner.
He said, "This is nothing new." She takes it well.
Yes.
He takes it well.
Oh my God. Everything we say is fucking gold here. Somebody dump out. Somebody dump out. We gotta dump out.
God,
Somebody hit the
could
kill
use a
button.
dump out joke right
There
there. Come on,
there has to be a kill switch. I mean, everything we say is getting tied back.
tied down. Yeah.
Now takes it well.
SCM, thanks for stopping by. That was great. Extra 20 minutes.
Spread for dinner.
God,
I
Jesus.
told him,
Oh,
wait,
God, Greg,
yeah,
Jesus
20
Christ.
minutes.
You said it's spread for dinner? Jesus. This is unbelievable. All started with a pair of ice skates.
Yeah.
It's
Brought
a
to you
wrap.
by Magnum Condoms, A2D After Dark. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Trojan.
And Rick, Big Dick Tocket. New nickname for Rick. It's welcome to the
We'd
Phillies.
like to thank Nathan's Hot Dogs and Trojan Magnums for sponsoring our Sunday night shows.
And hymns.
And some blue pills.
It's been a great
goodness.
district. See you next Sunday. Go
Yeah,
Birds.
hopefully.